Player's choice was good. Hold on, let me make sure my audio is good. Shit sounds like it's coming through the webcam. All right, there we go. Boom, we smooth. Player's choice. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing on this lovely, lovely Thursday? It is almost September 1st. Let me throw this banner up for y'all. Go shout out to our gold members, Hermias, Terry, IDWC, Avion Plumber. Shout out to our Hall of Fame members. Shout out to our legend members. And if you want to be a part of the Player's Choice community, now I already know the information is below. Please be a member. Keep supporting the community. More content on the way. PC weekend content coming soon. And with that being said, we got a day at open field, very close to the L host allegations. Very close, but I made it on time. I just got to understand we right after open gym, so I gotta time that mug up. Like the moment they done, I gotta shoot this thing up. So very close. I apologize. Don't L host me. I'm throwing the links in the chat. I think the rest of the the headache gang is gonna come. Let me just send this thing to this man right here, and then let me send this other one out right here. All right, bet we should be good to go. But yeah, we about to get into it. Please, if you coming on open field, I highly ask, if you've never been on before, please have a camera. We'll be more reluctant to bring you on if you don't have a camera. So anybody who wants to jump on the stream, let me make sure you have a camera if you've never been on before. And we're gonna tap into. And if you new, please come through. Like I want some new faces here. We got a new face in here right now. JC the Supreme. What's good, my brother? Welcome to
what's good, bro?
My boy got in his first debut, JC the Supreme. I know you about to cook for us today, my brother, or what? You got some?
I'm gonna try, bro.
I'm gonna try. You gonna cook? I hope you got something good for us. Hold on, we got the demon himself, Mookie here. We got the demon.
What up?
And Davis here. We know what they look like already.
What's good?
So, name of the show: we predicting NFL award winners. This is a year where I think there's gonna be a lot of surprises. And as you can see, I put out on the thumbnail, there's a picture of Justin Fields because there's been multiple allegations now that Justin Fields is going to have an MVP-like season. Now, I think it's a possibility, so that's why I just threw it up there just for some bait to see what people think. But we're not going to start at MVP because that's the big fish. We'll do the MVP at the end of the show. The first thing I want to start with is Coach of the Year. Who is your 2023-2024 Coach of the Year? I'll start the table and I want to hear what y'all say. My Coach of the Year right now is I'm gonna go with, believe it or not, I'm gonna go Sean Payton.
Man, get out of here, man.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why. I know that's crazy, but I'm going out on a whim. I'm dead just going out on a whim. I'm shooting for the stars. And I'm gonna go Sean Payton just because the debacle that was the Denver Broncos was so bad a year ago that let's just say they make it, they secure a playoff spot in the AFC after what was one of the worst coaching jobs in the NFL last year. Narrative works when it comes to these awards. Voters fatigue, who has the best story, who has the best narrative. We see this in the NBA, we see this in the NFL, we see this in multiple leagues. So I just think if Sean Payton turns around the Broncos, he'd have one of the best narratives to win Coach of the Year. So I'm gonna go out and win.
That's true.
Honestly,
I'm just predicting. I'm guessing.
I'm so surprised, J-Rob, that you did not say Robert Saleh.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say.
I'm not going to say Robert Saleh because I think Aaron Rodgers will get a lot of the credit for that job. And two, another reason I'm not going to say Robert Saleh is because that team is good. Like the Denver Broncos have so many injuries in their wide receiver room. They're going to be hanging their hat on good defense. Hopefully, to have a decent run game. And they don't have a slew of offensive weapons to start the year on the perimeter because of the injuries in the room. So I do think the harder job, I think also degree of difficulty will get some sort of, some sort of it'll hold some sort of weight. Yeah, it'll hold some weight.
I mean, their division is tough.
Yeah, and the division is brutal. So I just feel like if you look, okay, my bad. I got some information from upper management that I gotta make sure I say. But yeah, I personally think that the degree of difficulty for Sean Payton will be so high that if he does get it done, I can see him easily at least being a finalist for the award at minimum.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the harder awards to predict because, like he said, it's like a degree of difficulty. Is like last year, I don't think no one expected the Giants to kind of like have that good of a record, and Brian Dable, deserved the coach of the year because they're not a very talented roster, and he led that Giants team to the playoffs. Daniel Jones had a pretty good year, so that's what I'm going based off. I'm kind of going. I'm gonna go like on J-Rob point when I pick my coach of the year. I'm gonna kind of go off the limb versus like a team like let's say picking like the Bills coach as a coach of the year. I feel like that's kind of like not a cop out pick, but it's kind of like we already expect him to be good.
Yeah, I mean the only reason why I thought you would say Robert Saleh is because one, I think the Broncos are going to suck. So I get what you're saying, but there's no way I see them making the playoffs or getting close. And that's why I'm saying the Jets low end. I can't see the Jets like being less than 9 wins, not 10 wins. I think they
not
will
less than 11. 11 of them things.
11. Whoa.
11 is gonna be tough. 11 is gonna be tough.
They gotta start off hot.
We're gonna beat the Bills first day out.
But they also got the narrative.
Okay.
They got Hard Knocks, obviously. They got Aaron Rodgers coming to the team. There's a young and up and coming team. Nobody knows what to expect from this team, and obviously nobody wants to kind of look at. Do
you know who was the last team to be on Hard Knocks and go to an AFC Championship?
The Jets.
The New York Jets.
Oh,
with Sanchez in it, right?
With what's his name? Ray Ryan as head coach.
That's what I'm saying. No. The Jets do not have the Hard Knocks curse. We don't. Just letting you know.
Coach of the year. I think he's one of the most understandably like one of the like most hated coaches because of this decision making. But I think that if this team significantly turn around, and I know they're going to be in the toughest division in the AFC, ladies and gentlemen, right? But if he somehow can make his team be number one, especially when you got the defending Super Bowl championship in that division,
I know you're going to win.
I think Brian Staley, ladies and gentlemen, right?
That's crazy considering how much you talk crap about him. That's crazy.
Yeah, I like Staley.
His job's on a hot seat too.
Hold on.
Hottest seat in the world right now.
On a hot seat, so that means that he has to be perfect throughout the totality of the regular season. They got rid of Joe Lombardi, right? So it's just no excuses that the play calling and everything is hindering everybody else. I'm telling you this: if Brian Staley does a great job in fixing his flaws as a coach, and somehow the Chargers be number one in that division, or they make a deep postseason run, I think Brian Staley is knocking on the door of being the coach of the year, man. I mean.
Mookie, do you understand this is the craziest 360 by you right now? I can't believe you right now. On God, I can't believe you right now with this Brandon Staley shit. This is the biggest. This was the biggest 360 on Brandon Staley I ever heard. And I don't know how the chat is. First of all, the chat is letting you rock.
Is this the real Mookie? Is this the real Mookie?
Mookie, this is incredible. Right. This is incredible. This is incredible backtracking by you right now. And the fact that you think that I'm going to let you get away with this shit without making it known after the things that I've heard you say about Brandon Staley to deflect from Justin Herbert many a times.
J-Rob,
how can you come out of your mouth now and say he could be a coach of the year?
Hold on. How can you come out your mouth and say?
No. Don't deflect.
A guy that quit on the organization, right?
Oh,
he's about to get nasty.
Why are you deflecting right now? Why are you deflecting, bro? Let's talk about Brandon Staley. We're not talking about Sean Payton, bro.
Okay,
let's talk about Brandon Staley.
All right, look, what I'm saying is this about Brandon Staley. You telling me a guy in Brandon Staley whose job is on the hot seat. I think if Brian Staley, right, if somehow the Chargers like make it to the playoffs and they get put out the first round, or they don't reach their potential from an organization that has the talent they have, Brian Staley is being fired. So I think you're going to see a coach, a sense of urgency of Brian Staley. I don't think Brian Staley is going to make the dumb decisions that he make. Brandon Staley, I don't think he's going to play starters in week 17, week 18. I think that's a mistake that he's going to learn as well. I think from a play calling standpoint, I think he's going to be much improved. So I'm saying is this: if he somehow get the Chargers, like hypothetically speaking, if he somehow get the Chargers to a number 1 seed in the AFC West, ladies and gentlemen, you're telling me?
Oh yeah, I mean, that would be a great coaching job. You beat the Chiefs.
He won't change the narrative. You telling me, J-Rob, he won't change the narrative?
Nah, he'll change the narrative. He'll change the narrative, but I will say he may face allegations of fraudulent behavior because it might be Kellen Moore.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. People are gonna
because I'm gonna tell you this too, Mookie. Just as much as you saying that he could possibly, if he could bring them to the playoffs, you know, what could also very much happen. I can very much see a situation where they start off rocky as hell and get off to an ugly start to the year, and Brandon Staley gets fired, and I promise you, in a blink of an eye, Kellen Moore will be the head coach of the LA Chargers. And I don't think anybody, and I personally don't think Chargers fans would be mad at that. I'm gonna be completely dead honest, because I know a lot of people talk about Kellen Moore. Like if Cowboy Beat was up here, he would say that Kellen Moore was bad for Dak. But I also remember the Cowboys at one point in the year had the number 1 offense in the entire NFL. So the same, and they with Cooper Rush and Cooper Rush being a part of that number 1 offense at some point in the year. And you look back on it, and people are upset and using Kellen Moore as a scapegoat when he's been coaching good offense for the last offense. So for the last 3 years, for real. And Kellen Moore, what people don't realize about Kellen Moore, I'm gonna give y'all some history about Kellen Moore for those people who don't know about Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is one of the most winningest college quarterbacks of all time. He went to Boise State. I only think he lost 3 or 4 games his entire career at the university. He lost 3 games. Has one of the highest win percentages of all time. When I say this guy understands the position, how to win, and how to work an offense, because that Boise State scheme that he used to run, that shit was a lot of gadgets, explosive plays. That's always been how they were able to compete with the Power 5 schools. So I definitely think that Kellen Moore could easily be the head coach of the Chargers by week 7, week 8, if things get off to a rocky start. I think it could go either way, Mookie. Either way.
Yeah, him and Eric Bieniemy are like the 2 top coordinators to get a head coaching job anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why
Bieniemy should have been had one. I don't know what the hell we're doing here.
I don't know why my Saints did get Bieniemy, man. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
You don't like that.
I'm glad y'all.
I'm not like Dennis Allen.
Already out on Dennis Allen.
I think Dennis Allen is more on the hot seat than Brian Staley, bro. To be honest, bro.
You know, I seen something that said that one of these guys, I watch it, I'll be looking at the Volume Sports or whatever. One of these guys who he does like predictions, they say that one guy thinks the Saints going to finish 3rd or 4th in the division in the Buccaneers.
That's a lie. I mean, I don't understand why you can look at football and assess the Saints roster and think that they're not going to be the best team in the NFC South. I mean, look who we look at the Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons. It was because of the Atlanta Falcons. Because of his Falcons, exactly. That part.
Bro, when the last time the Falcons swept us in the season, bro? I wait.
Hold on. They can split with y'all and still win the division. They don't have to win the division.
Hold on, they're not winning the division.
Desmond Ritter needs to prove himself.
Let's look at the Saints. Let's look at it.
That's true.
Yeah, he's
the Saints have the better overall quarterback in the division. They got the best quarterback in that division. That's number 1. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, right? They have the best wide receiver core in that division, right? I believe Chris Olave is the best wide receiver in that division, ladies.
Mike Evans?
No.
The Buccaneers.
I say Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
Chris Olave is better than Mike Evans, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Already? Like, not potentially. I say he will be.
Potential.
Hold
on. We're gonna go to the whole thing. Let me finish this topic real quick. I need coach of the years. Grant, JC, Dev, Shonen, we need them coaches of the year, because if we get into this Mike Evans, Chris Olave thing, we're gonna get way into the stratosphere, and we're gonna come back to that for sure. We're gonna come back to that for sure. But let me get y'all coach of the year, because then I want to make sure I get this shout out after we're done.
I like Dan Campbell. I think Detroit getting a lot of love right now, and I think that you talk about narratives and how much love Detroit and them getting. I think Dan Campbell, if they make the playoffs, which that division is trash, Aaron Rodgers is gone. They could end up. So I like Dan Campbell to win Coach of the Year.
I like it.
I'm going to go because I think this team will be one of the best teams in the AFC, and I have them winning the division. I'm going to go Mike McDaniel. I think the Dolphins will be the best team in the division.
I like that too.
And I think the Dolphins are going to be crazy this year. So I'm gonna go Mike McDaniels.
You're going to be disappointed. Go ahead, Grant.
I was going to say Dan Campbell too, because I think, look, they basically right now from what Detroit had from a team that basically was in the gutter, and now Dan has basically when it's becoming the coach has built this team up. That's a solid team that maybe could contend for the division. I'm not saying they will, but they look solid. And so I think if Dan can get this team in a hunt for a division and maybe win it and get it, I think there could be an argument for him being Coach of the Year.
Unless Justin Fields is better than I think he is, I think the Lions win that division.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. Justin Fields does have like game breaker level potential.
Yeah, it's like if he ends up being better than I think he is, then I think the Lions.
Yeah, he definitely has the talent to completely take control of a game because he's the best player on the field. What about you, Dev?
I won't be a homer and pick my Falcons coach. I won't be a homer and pick Arthur Smith. I'll pick Matt LaFleur. The reason why I got Matt LaFleur, based on what I saw in the post, here's the reason why.
I like it. Though.
Here's the reason why. If they can get to a wild card spot, would Jordan Love think about that narrative, making the playoffs with Jordan Love and a new form team, the play calling. I do think Jordan Love is going to be pretty good. I'm not saying he's going to be a top 10 quarterback. I think he's going to be very serviceable. What I saw in the postseason, he can make every throw. And I do like Matt LaFleur's play calling, and that I do still think that Packers defense could be really good. If they make the playoffs as a wild card spot, I feel like he has a chance to win Coach of the Year because you have a new quarterback that you've been developing for like 3 years now, a young team of receivers, and defense that's still serviceable. So I got Matt LaFleur winning Coach of the Year.
I like it. So before we get into the next award, I want to first go ahead and give a quick shout out. So 1 week free trial. If you want to talk with the Players Choice panel and pretty much discuss basketball for 24/7, this link below gives you access to a chat where literally the basketball conversation is never ending. You get a 1 week free trial. Then I think you have to subscribe to it. The link to it is in this message right here. So make sure y'all go click on that. Make sure y'all check it out. It is like a 24/7 forum for all you guys who want to just talk everything basketball, or even if there's not a panel or an open gym or fluent and chill, you'll still have the opportunity to talk basketball, and you'll probably see some of your favorite Players Choice members in that chat room as well, just kicking it, chopping it up with you guys. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you go check it out. And yes, sir. Now let me get back to our next award. Let me see. Make sure I'm not missing nothing. What's up? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Apparently, Mookie got exposed in the chat, bro. Apparently,
I was about to say.
What he said?
He said you're a liar because you said episode 116 of Gridiron at 24:20. He flew and asked you if you picked Chris Olave or Mike Evans, and you picked
this
Mike
nigga
Evans.
on big, bro. Now you say all my quotes, bro.
That's a crazy receipt.
Relax.
Hey, Huncho, make it out of
here. Wait, Boogie. You know we can't go too crazy. We can't go too crazy.
All right. Hey, first of all, all right.
I know you want to violate. We can't go too crazy.
Hold on. Even if I did say, that, bro, I had a change of opinion, bro. It is what it is. I'm taking Chris Olave because of the potential, bro. Chris Olave potential is much higher, bro. I think Chris Olave will be peaking top 10 this year, bro. So it is what it is.
Boogie, I'm crying, bro. I had you episode down to the minute.
That's it.
Yeah, bro.
Hold on.
The fact you knew that.
That's funny.
I gotta throw that shit up again, bro.
That's
the episode, timestamp, and who asked you the question.
That's actually insane. That's crazy detective work.
That is crazy. God damn.
That's crazy detective work.
That is crazy. Damn. Y'all are OD. All right. Let's go with another one. All right. Comeback player of the year. We'll get the interesting ones out the way. I'm gonna go ahead and say comeback player of the year, Breece Hall.
Is he gonna play enough this
Man,
season?
DeMar Hillman, man.
Give me Breece Hall.
You know what? That's probably it. DeMar's probably it.
He gonna win.
Yeah,
I mean,
to be honest with
DeMar
you.
Hamlin.
As long as he play enough games, they probably gonna give it to DeMar. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what it. I mean, it got to be about his numbers though. A little bit. His numbers.
No, didn't Alex Smith?
I actually don't think so.
Yeah. The fact that DeMar is still playing the game after having something like a cardiac arrest on the field, like that's just.
I think it's just automatic. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but I'm just like, is he gonna play enough snaps to?
I think I'm gonna give it to him.
Just based off the story, though, you know.
Yeah, I definitely think the narrative he wins, but I think production got to matter too.
But production wise, Breece Hall, but Breece don't play enough.
Like I'm saying, I'm gonna be honest, I'm going Breece or Baker Mayfield because this year with Baker Mayfield, it's either win or it's boom or bust. You're in a division that's really not one of the, if not the weakest, one of the weakest divisions in all of football. So I mean, Baker, you can rewrite the narrative on you immediately because I mean you got to play the Falcons, the bum ass Saints, and you got to play the Panthers. It ain't really too much. Like you could compete. So I got Baker Mayfield or Breece Hall or Deshaun Watson. I like that, Tyson. Deshaun Watson is a good one too. But I think with his situation, I think Deshaun Watson, even with because of his situation, I think he could throw for 5K. They wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah, also the fact that he did technically play last year.
Yeah, you have to throw for 6K, bro.
I like the Breece Hall pick. Like, I think it's automatically DeMar, but Breece Hall, I'm one of those people that think that Breece Hall is the next one, bro. He like what he did and is like he didn't even start right away. They were having someone else initially, and then Breece Hall just kept on going crazy with his explosive plays.
Yeah, he was easily the best rookie running back.
Nah, Breece. I know Kenneth Walker had the yards, but I definitely no bias. I think Breece is the full package. You know what I'm saying? Like. Receiving, running, cuts, explosive ability.
But he probably gonna be splitting carries too, man. They just signed Cook.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's good.
Cooper Kupp a good.
Bring his numbers down a little bit.
I think Cooper Kupp. Oh, you know who I think a good one too.
Y'all gonna think of
Michael Thomas is another one too, bro. You know,
Michael Thomas could be another.
That would be a great one. That would be a great one.
Slant merchant himself.
He's not a slant merchant. Stop with that narrative. Look. Hey, bro, the fact that he missed 3 years, if he could come in and give me another 1,200 double-digit touchdown. Oh my goodness, that's in the conversation back.
I would say
the best wide receiver in the game, man.
No.
Jamar Chase says no. We're not doing that.
Nah, there's too many receivers now that he can have 1,200. He's not gonna be.
So J-Rod, if he come back, right? Play. He give you 150 catches, 1,300 yards, double-digit touchdowns. You tell me he ain't right back in the conversation of being the best wide receiver.
I don't think he's gonna have. I don't think he's gonna have 150 because y'all got Chris Olave, and I think he's the best receiver on your roster right now currently.
Hold on, J-Rod.
Yeah, wait, Mookie, you think Chris Olave? You think Michael Thomas better than Chris Olave right now? Give it a buck.
No, he's not. But I'm saying this. Hold on, I'm saying this. Even if Thomas come back and say we got Chris Olave. I think Thomas, when he played with Brandon Cooks was a dog in New Orleans, bro. Like he was very, very underrated. Thomas still caught a K with Brandon Cooks. So I think if those productions, because I think we're gonna be a passing offense. Like we're gonna be slinging the Brock downfield. We're gonna throw the football damn near like I would say 50, 40 times. We're gonna be a passing attack offense, right? So if Olave and Thomas give you about somewhat of similar production, I think Thomas could be in that conversation, but I think I don't know.
That's in the league.
Maybe a top 10 conversation, but
best in the league.
Getting up there with JJ.
Hold on, J-Rod. When MT left the game, J-Rod. When MT left the game,
was not the best receiver in the league.
Yes, he was, J-Rod.
No, he wasn't.
It was between him and
J-Rod.
I had D-Hop over him. He went offense player.
Hold on, J-Rod. When MT left the game in 2019, and he broke Marvin Harris' reception record, bro. Y'all did not look at Michael Thomas like, bro, this is the best wide receiver in the game. Especially with
Nah, he was definitely top 3 though. He was definitely top 3.
Definitely top 3. Yeah, definitely top 3.
Yeah.
I personally did not. I have receivers over him for sure, bro. I did. I am not gonna cap. I damn
D
sure
Hop
did.
was that one, bro.
Yeah, Hop was the guy.
D-Hop.
Yeah.
I had D Hop over him. I didn't care how many slants he caught to get that receptions record, how many comebacks and hitches he caught to get that reception record. And I'm not calling him slant man because he can't run any other routes. It's because he had Drew Brees. I mean, Drew Brees couldn't throw more than
You're right.
20,
You're right. That's
30.
fair. I got to be more
Drew
fair.
Brees couldn't throw that far
That is
downfield. I do
You're
think
right.
people got to
You're
understand that Michael Thomas was 100% a merchant of Drew Brees' lack of arm strength in a lot of ways. Like, Drew Brees couldn't throw that thing 60 yards down the field at that point in his career, bro. He really couldn't. He was all timing. But listen,
the thing that helped Brees is
you're not going to catch 150 hitches, slants, and comebacks, and I'm going to say you're the best in the world, bro. I'm sorry. Cannot.
I would say, for other than DeMar Hamlin, I would say Chase Young for comeback player of the year.
Ooh, good pick.
Chase Young.
You know, especially on that Washington defense. You know, he's the number 2 pick, really talented. You already know how he was in Ohio State, J-Ron.
Yeah, facts.
And coming off the injury ACL, I feel like if he has like a double-digit sack year and be very impactful and lead that defense to one of the best rated in the NFL, I think he can win it.
I like it. Deal?
I like Stafford.
I got
Go ahead,
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson? Oof.
I got Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Because hey, hold on, let me explain this.
Nah,
Three
that's
reasons.
a good pick.
I got 3 solid reasons. One, I think he's held himself accountable for what he did wrong, and I think what he did, and I think he knows what he did wrong. I think he has an excellent position coach in Chad Hall right now at that team, and I think it's a very, very solid. And also, I think if he and Trevor Lawrence can connect, I think Calvin Ridley is going to ball out this season.
That's a solid pick. Honestly,
Solid pick. I personally think him and Deshaun may not get the credit for even if they go crazy just because of what their situation were. Like,
For me, it's going to be DeMar,
but I like Calvin more. I like Calvin more.
You know who I think
Calvin would get way more grace.
And I think that should be like in like the running of it, like comeback player of the year.
Who?
I think it's Derek Carr. I think
that's why I put him on a thumbnail. Actually,
hold on. When you look at Derek Carr, I mean, listen, the Raiders situation to me was not a good situation. Yes, he played bad, and he had one of the worst coaches in the league. But I think going into the Saints situation, where he have a top 10 defense, has some great wide receivers in the room, and also getting back to his normal style scheme, which is the West Coast offense, right? I think Derek Carr can have a great year, bro. I think Derek Carr can have a top 10 season as a quarterback, bro. And I think if he leads the Saints to the NFC Championship game, which I'm expecting him to do, I think Derek Carr could be in the running, man.
And I was actually thinking the other side. I was thinking Jimmy G.
Is it crazy to add Tua in this conversation?
No,
not crazy.
Probably not, because he balled out.
Well, yeah, and I think also with the injuries that happened, I think if he could come back this season and play especially well, which I think he can, and I think he could be in the running too.
I like it. All right, so next one. Let's get to this next one. Wait, Dale, did you pick yet?
Russell Wilson.
I like Russell Wilson. Actually, that would go great with my Sean Payton pick. It would go great with my Sean Payton.
Exactly.
All right. So let's go with this next topic. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to go Jalen Carter.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
I ain't mad at that one.
And who voiced
I didn't want to go Jalen Carter just because that's my squad. But
That's me.
That's so tough. That Eagles defense is so like he has to stand out for him to be the defensive rookie of the year on that Eagles defense.
I think he is, bro.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna stand out in front of all the Eagles defenders?
I think Jalen Carter is going to have a Micah Parsons, Lawrence Taylor like impact his first year in the NFL. He's that good.
Oh God, please!
He said, "Please,
please!" Oh my
If he does that, he's winning.
Yeah, you know how
JC said, "Oh my God, please let that be."
Man, we going back to another one. Shit, you do that, we going back.
Yo, I'm telling you, No, I'm telling you, let's be honest. Was Micah Parsons his rookie year? Did Micah Parsons did not deserve Defensive Player of the Year consideration his rookie year?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Micah Parsons really
like
could have. Micah Parsons damn sure could have won Defensive Player of the Year and.
I'm gonna go Will Anderson Jr., man.
Oh, that's a great pick too.
Texans
great pick too.
Yeah.
That's a great pick too. That's a phenomenal pick too.
Yeah. And you took
I'm thinking, what's the Patriots corner that they just got? Christian Gonzalez.
Gonzalez,
the Patriots corner. Yeah, I like him. You know how Belichick do with them defenders, man. I think he's gonna have him balling.
Yeah, I like Gonzalez too. I like Gonzalez. He got a lot of intangibles at the corner position that he can be like all pro level talent.
I'm gonna go Devin Witherspoon for Seattle. Him and Tariq Woolen, a young quarterback duo, and I feel like they can recreate that elite defense in Seattle. I'm going Devin Witherspoon.
I like Devin Witherspoon. Defensive Player of the Year. Who we got?
I'm probably gonna go Jack Campbell for the Lions then. I
like it, but I don't know.
The only reason why my perception about it is like when you come on the team, you have to make an immediate impact and you have to turn a team because the defense for the Lions wasn't great last year. We all know this. And in order for them to be a playoff team, we know that their offense is going to be amazing, but their defense needs to be up there as well. So if you make an immediate impact on the defense, they make the playoffs in addition to having a great offense and you being the standout because there's not a lot of defensive players on the Lions that's like standout. I mean, you have a couple, of course, like Aiden, but if he solidifies as a linebacker on that team, I think he will get some noise for sure.
I like it. John, what about you, bro? Welcome to the show. You got a selection?
Oh, what's good, y'all? Hey, this is about Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, who you got? No,
is that what y'all predicted? I got two guys. I got Myles Garrett probably or Micah Parsons.
No, rookie.
No, rookie.
Oh, rookie. My bad. Probably Jalen Carter.
I'm telling you, Jalen Carter, man.
I got Jalen Carter too.
I think Jalen Carter is like a shoo-in. Like when I say everybody says, and I think the difficulty is people think like the Eagles D line is so loaded, is he going to get that many reps? Yes, he's going to be the best D tackle they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's going to
hoping Jordan Davis.
I mean, I think they both going to be crazy together, but I'm saying this man is going to be throwing. He's going to be throwing 10-year vets out of the way, bro. If Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey are telling you that we having problems with this kid in practice, and those are two first ballot Hall of Famers who are part of the best offensive line in football last year, they're not going to lie because they wasn't saying this about Jordan Davis. You know what I'm saying? They saying it about Jalen Carter though. And I've never there's a lot of players. There were a lot of players last year that N'Kobe Dean, Jordan Davis that came on that team. They even got Nolan Smith on that D line. But who has that Eagles defense talk the most glowingly about their rookies and their second year players?
The young niggas, you're right. It is Jalen Carter.
The young guys.
That's all I keep hearing.
It is Jalen Carter. Darius Slay talking about like he gonna be Pro Bowl first day out. Like this guy is that good, and I think he's that good. And the fact that teams let him fall to the Eagles, I'm gonna say it again, y'all. We're going to re-mock this draft one day, and Jalen Carter is going to be the second pick after Bryce Young, or the third pick after C.J. Stroud if they both pan out, because Jalen Carter's impact is going to be, oh my Lord, have mercy. Grant, did you pick a defensive rookie?
No. So it's for me, like we've been saying, Jalen Carter, and then if I had to pick someone outside of that, probably Joey Porter Jr.
Ooh, I like it. I think
Joey Porter Jr. He was, if I know this, he was the highest defensive back that Pittsburgh selected since Artie Burns, like 2016.
Artie Burns, throwback Thursday.
I think if Joey, and plus, if you haven't seen Joey Porter's college highlights, I recommend everyone to go watch it because that kid was amazing at his position, and I think he's going to get his chance to shine. And
I'm actually
going to surprise a lot of people.
I'm actually glad you said that because I'm not gonna cap. When coming out, I had Joey Porter as literally my cornerback too. I know Devin Weatherspoon was a lot of people's cute corner one, but mine was Christian Gonzalez because I thought he had just the God. Because he had too much God-given talent that like you gotta refine. Like sometimes talent can beat, being technically sound and things of that nature because Christian Gonzalez can easily be a all-pro, Pro Bowl level corner.
What's good,
top
fellas?
10 corner. What up, random? Could be a top 10 level corner at any point because he does have that level of ability. So I had him at 1. But my two was Joey Porter Jr. because I thought Joey Porter Jr. was the most technically sound corner in the country. There was a reason why he was an All-American. And I think people were hard on him because they don't think he's the fastest, but I loved his length. He's about 6'1", and I think he just had all the tools. Also, being he's an NFL kid. He understands the game, and I always think that goes a long way. So I just think he was my 2. So I like Joey Porter Jr. as my pick. Random, you have before we get into the next one, who's your pick for defensive rookie of the year?
You said your number 1 is my number 1, Christian Gonzalez. I think I
had Jalen Carter. He's my
you had Jalen Carter. Sorry, I missed it. Christian Gonzalez is my pick. But I missed how much have I missed in terms of how many awards have y'all
so we got through coach of the year, we got through comeback player of the year. So if you want to quick give your coach of the year and give your comeback player of the year, then we'll get into like the next.
I think coach of the year is Sirianni. I think it's time for him to get his love, especially if he comes out and shows. Especially if he comes out and another deep playoff run, he starts getting his love. I think I'm very bullish. I think the more and more I've thought about it, especially since I've really started to get ready for the season. I think it's Phillies. I think the title is Phillies to lose. So right. I think it's time for if he does it, and if he comes out and wins, I'm picking Sirianni to be the coach of the year.
You picking Philly to win the championship?
Yeah.
Oh, same.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. It's not a bad pick. Like I think Philly's everybody's safe pick this year.
I just look at them, and especially maybe because also I have I'm forgetting his name real quick. Quarterback's name.
Sleeping on another turn.
Maybe I'm getting Jalen Hurts' Super Bowl performance stuck in my mind still. But I think if he comes out and plays, obviously plays to that level, I don't see any reason Philly's not at least.
So you think Hurts will be picking as a passer this year?
I think he'll get better. I mean, I think he'll get
no.
Okay, fine. Yes.
Don't even oblige him.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great passer this year. Yeah, don't even oblige him.
Okay. Yeah, he was.
You don't need to.
He was not
a great
step down. Not great. He really good.
All right, bro.
He was a phenomenal. Did you not
watch I would say really good
watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I
was
really
good.
Really good, yeah.
What's really good is that's great. That's been. What other step do he need to make as a passer?
Realistically,
the consistency. What
consistency did he not show?
I think he's good enough. I think really good is good enough. Like that's
no.
That team is the Eagles are.
Hold on. He's not really good. He's not.
So what does Justin Herbert have to improve on next year to make sure he doesn't blow a 28-0 lead?
Nothing.
Okay.
You don't need to prove nothing.
Nothing is crazy.
So Jalen Hurts has more to prove.
The only thing Justin Herbert.
Jalen Hurts has more to prove.
The only thing Justin
Herbert has nothing to prove.
Hold on. No, he got stuff to prove. The only thing Justin Herbert needs to prove, and it's his goddamn situation. That's it. But other than that, no talent is the best I've seen in the league, bro. That's it.
Not clean,
about Jalen Hurts, what I do need to see, and I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is
crazy.
I do need to see the consistency of his passing, and when I see that, then I think that's
his passing was consistent this entire year.
It was.
No, it was not. Come on, J-Rob.
Tell me what game. Let me ask you a question. How can somebody have been up for MVP if their passing wasn't consistent this year?
Well, but you gotta understand.
They ran the football.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I got. Who's make that noises?
Yeah, I don't know.
Y'all gotta understand this.
Yo, before you come up here, you gotta take that hat off, Sebastian.
I'm not taking it off. I'm not taking it off.
Oh no, yeah, take that ish off.
No.
What the? screwed.
Hold on, you gotta understand. The
Okay,
Eagles
all right.
situation was-
Here were his stats. Mind you, Jalen Hurts didn't play a full season, but here were his stats: 65, technically 67 completion percentage, 3,700 yards, 22 touchdowns, 6 picks, 101.
He was good. He was really good.
Yeah,
good.
but he
He was
but-
really
hold on,
good.
hold on, but
He was not even
still-
saying he was really good. If I do the tier,
hold on,
I
hold
believe
on.
he's a tier below Mahomes,
bro.
but there's nobody on Mahomes' level.
That passing right
In terms
there,
of a passer, it's like he's like tier 3.
no, he's
But
not.
Mookie, you losing me with this. Like he needs to improve as a passer.
Like, what are you
Like
talking about?
He needs to be bro.
The Super Bowl.
He's
The
not
Super Bowl was
Jalen Hurts is not asked to throw the ball.
He didn't lose the
40
Super
times
Bowl.
in
He didn't lose
He
the Super
doesn't
Bowl
need
because of
to.
lack
He
of.
doesn't
We don't want him
the
to.
game. Yeah, because his situation is perfect. He's playing in the offense.
And this is why I'm not now. And now this is where I'm about to. This is where you're
Hold on.
cooking. This is where you're
He
cooking.
plays in an offense that heavily relies on running the football, bro. That's what he does. Sirianni's not asking Jalen Hurts. Sirianni's not asking Jalen Hurts to throw the football 40 or 50 times because if he throw the ball, if he throws the football 40 or 50 times, his numbers won't be looking that efficient as in the past.
But we don't need him to throw 40 times.
But they don't need him to throw in a game.
Throw the football 50 to 60 times in the game.
But you gotta also understand, and Mookie, you also acting like Jalen Hurts isn't a key piece in their run game. Like he is very much a piece of their run game.
Well, I think
I think one of the things you do specifically.
He also has 9 carries too.
I think the one thing.
What we talking about?
Yeah, Mookie,
but his offensive line is bad.
You discredit offense. You discredit people's offense if they add rushing offense to their attack or style of play. Like for a quarterback getting rushing touchdowns and rushing yards, that doesn't diminish them as a passer. That's a part of their gameplay. And the reason why I think this is surprising coming from you, as somebody who heralds Justin Herbert, it's surprising hearing this from you because you have been one of the main people who have begged the Chargers to add a run game to make Justin Herbert's life easier. You have came on Players' Choice and have caped about one of the biggest reasons why the Chargers suck is because you can't establish a run game.
But here's the thing.
It's not Hurts glazing. It's just the reason why a bad passer. To say he was a bad passer is just disingenuous.
I didn't say he was a bad passer.
To say he has to improve is disingenuous. There's nothing about what
if he wants to be on the tier 1 passer.
Yeah, I mean, he could
everybody can improve.
If he wants to be on the Mahomes and the Herbert
in order to win the Super Bowl and passing is disingenuous. The only thing what were the 2 key moments of the Super Bowl that happened in the Super Bowl? The fumble, and the call. And let's be real. Maybe you won't believe this.
J-Rob.
If you look up here would agree that if they would have got the stop and the Chiefs would have kicked the field goal, Jalen Hurts and that Eagles offense would have went down there and at least because there was nothing in that game. Yeah, there was nothing in that game. There was nothing in that game that didn't have the most dangerous man on the field. And I'll say this because I called Patrick Mahomes one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He's my number 2 quarterback in the history of the game. But if let's be real, the best player in the Super Bowl last year was Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts
was the best player on either team at the Super Bowl.
Running, bro. You can't sit there. Hold on, y'all can't sit there.
It's a fact.
Y'all can't sit there and hold on. Y'all can't sit there and
Mahomes a perfect
sit there and say he doesn't need a proven passer. Off of one game, you can't do that. Off of one game. If this passing was all of that, where was his passing against the Giants? Where was his passing against the 49ers? Y'all glazed one fucking game.
No.
Because he was inconsistent throughout the whole regular season.
Okay, I can pull up certain games. I can pull up Tom Brady games when he was.
I pull up the playoff game, bro.
Go look at AJ Brown and Devonta Smith numbers. You gonna talk about the man can't pass? What you talking about?
Okay. Hold on.
You're pulling up the NFC Championship, and that was a game in which Jalen Hurts wasn't even demanded to do much as a passer.
You proved my point.
He doesn't. Okay, not
that was one game.
Every week.
Every game they played this year, he had to be effective as a passer for them to win.
hold on.
say,
But my point,
nobody,
he's elite.
Tyson, you're completely missing the point. Nobody ever called him elite, and that's why you're missing the point. Don't put words in anybody's mouth. We're just saying there doesn't have to be this significant jump in his passing for the Eagles to win a Super Bowl. Because at the end of the day, you think Justin Herbert is an elite passer of the football, but I can also argue he was spotted 28 points by his defense, got the ball 4 times in great field position and capitalized. And when they needed him to put a drive together, he couldn't.
He did. That's a lot. He did.
He of an arm talent as he is. He didn't put enough drives again in the second half for them to win the football game. If you look at Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts did not come out of anybody's mouth. But we can all agree he's a good enough passer as is for the Eagles to win a Super Bowl.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. If you look at Jalen Hurts,
great is not elite. Saying he's great is not saying he's elite. You think Kirk Cousins is a great passer, right? Some people say you think Derek Carr is a great passer.
No. Yes.
No, he.
But my point of the matter is, hold on, because y'all being emotional right now. I never sit there and say Jalen Hurts was a bad passer. But when I sit there and say the only thing that I need to see in this guy's game is the proof in his passing. His deep ball accuracy has to improve. He has to prove in when the pocket is collapsing and know how to stand through his progressions, know how to make proper reads.
So now you don't want him to use the gifts that he has as an athlete. So
I can see the motherfucking Eagles make a jump. To sit there and read these stats talking about, Jalen Hurts had 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Yeah, because he's not required to throw the football.
But he's a part of their
times. So you just want him to throw 40 times again. So you just want him to throw 40 times again. So you can be satisfied.
What I'm saying is this: is that there needs
Hold on, JC. Hold on, Mookie. A quarterback's job is to win the game. You can win the game in multiple different ways. That's Tom Brady's biggest strength. There are days he would throw it 50 times. There are other days he would throw it 20. That's his job. He will adjust to how the game is being played, Mookie. I don't understand why you want him to play this.
Oh my God, that's not. Hold on, you switching the goal. Hold on, bro. You switching the goalpost. We're not talking about his ability to win games. We understand that the best aspect of Jalen Hurts' schedule as a quarterback is his ability to run the football and his leadership. That's what we understand. But what I'm saying is when we assess Jalen Hurts' game as a passer, he's nowhere near the tier of a passer as the Mahomes, the Herbert.
Nobody's on level as a passer.
What I'm saying is that if he wants to be in that tier where we can know that, oh my goodness, Jalen Hurts' game as a quarterback is improving, he must improve in the ability of passing the football. His deep ball accuracy has to
be the best player in the world.
I would
he
say
might not be in that league as a passer, but as a quarterback, he is.
I would say this. I hear what Mookie is saying because Jalen Hurts, if we take away the mobility aspect as a passer purely, then obviously he's not at that tier. But I don't think anybody's saying he's at that tier. And I agree to what they're saying in the sense that as of right now, he doesn't need to be like that.
Y'all harping on you and Tyson are harping on something that doesn't even matter. We could disagree to disagree that we think he's a good passer. Some may say great. You want him to be elite. Some people want him to be elite, but nobody thinks nobody thinks Jalen Hurts needs to be an elite passer because we think his arm talent as is from what we saw last season is good enough to win you football games and good enough to win you a Super Bowl. I don't think that he needs to take some astronomical leap in his ability to throw the football in order to bring the Eagles to another championship. Because I also saw you can use the NFC Championship as an example of why he needs to improve, and I can use the Super Bowl as an example where I think he's fine.
But what about the Giants? Was he that great of a passer against the Giants? No, they ran the football to death. They was running for
like 6 yards a clip.
Okay. Hold on. So
dominating something.
I want him to throw the ball. Feel better.
Like we was averaging almost like 5 pieces of change.
I would say,
why you're gonna bother?
Listen. Hold on. I'm not hating on Jalen Hurts because I think Jalen Hurts is actually really, really good of a quarterback. But what I'm saying is this: is that when I look at assess his game and watch his game on film, the passing has to improve, bro. That's the only thing I see in the flaws that I see in this man game.
I don't
To
see
sit
how
there
you
and
can
think
say
that he's a great passer, no, he's not that level yet. He's good.
He's good enough. He's good, borderline great. He is good enough. You just saw it last year. He is good enough.
One game, you think I saw it one last year or one game?
Listen to me, Mookie. The
one
whole
game.
season. Oh, he is good enough. He is good enough to play championship level football. Just because he's not doing it, throwing it 40 times a game, Mookie, the way you
I'm not
want,
talking
the way
about
you've seen
championship
Herbert do it,
looking
even though
football.
Herbert I was only been in the playoffs one time, and he choked so well that even Matt Ryan had to clap and like, goddamn, come on, bro, you gotta see it. He's good enough.
Hold on, but what helped Jalen Hurts passing is that he added AJ Brown, and on top of that, he added AJ Brown. Hold on. Let's speak the real. Let's speak the real. Your man's Jalen Hurts is playing in the best situation of any quarterback in football today. He has 3 Pro Bowl tackles as well. He has an elite defense. He has elite rushing attack as well. He has hold on. He has elite corners. His situation has been perfect. So it's not surprising. It's not It's not surprising. It's not surprising that he made it to the Super Bowl because I could put any quarterback in that situation and they have the same motherfucking result. I don't think Justin Herbert. I don't think Josh Allen. I don't think many other quarterbacks will up 2 touchdowns going into the goddamn fourth quarter is fumbling the football and throwing the goddamn interceptions. That's number one. I don't think those quarterbacks will be playing bad as a passer against the goddamn 49ers, right? And it took Brock Purdy to be hurt for y'all to win that goddamn game, bro. So what I'm saying is this is that don't sit there and overgloss of this man passing because teams are playing the goddamn Eagles to run the football, bro, and it creates opportunities with their play action. And when you got a great physical wide receiver in AJ Brown to go up and make catches and grab them in inconsistent, accurate throws that Jalen Hurts is throwing and placing the ball, which AJ Brown is so great enough to catch the ball downfield. So what I'm saying is this: is that when you watch film and you look at Jalen Hurts' game, he must improve it. Must improve in his reads, must improve in his progressions, must improve in his pocket awareness as well, especially just trusting that elite level offensive line and also ball placement downfield on the intermediate routes, on downfield, bro, on them hitch routes, bro, as well. That's what he needs to prove on. Stop being a fanboys, man.
Where do you guys have
Jalen? Let me say something.
Imagine you.
No, I'm gonna be a fan of them forever.
Can I say something real quick?
I'm a fanboy. I ain't gonna lie. Go ahead.
At least you admit it.
Well, first off, Mookie, you bringing up the Giants game, stop, because everybody since when Lil Uzi came out that tunnel, we lost the game. They didn't need Jalen Hurts didn't need to pass the ball on us, bro. We all know the Eagles are way superior than us as the Giants. Second, all Jalen Hurts really has to do is show.
It's a wrap.
Yo, all Jalen Hurts really has to do is show that he can do the same thing he did last season. Because you understand, Mookie, this is a whole different era. This is not the 5-step drop backs, bro. The majority of these quarterbacks are mobile. So Jalen Hurts is a good passer.
You have to be a playmaker.
He's an elite runner. He's an elite quarterback. So you disrespect. I know you don't like mobile quarterbacks. I know you be hating on Lamar and all that. But you got to stop this. Jalen Hurts.
Mobile quarterbacks is not valuable like that. Like they don't win Super Bowl.
Patrick Mahomes is mobile.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but hold on. Patrick Mahomes.
Why do you think Justin Herbert get drafted? How did Justin Herbert get drafted?
Hold on.
That's
a bad point. Trent, that's a bad point. Mahomes is an elite level passer. He's a dual threat quarterback, bro. That can stand in the pocket and that can deliver the football.
Is Jalen Hurts not a dual threat quarterback?
I want you to watch Justin Herbert's last college game of his career in the Rose Bowl.
He was.
I don't watch
college game. Watch his last college game, and you'll know. Justin Herbert did not just get drafted because he had a big arm. I'll tell you that right now. He got drafted because he had mobility. He could run the football. He had size. There were things he can do with his legs that made him more of a playmaker. If anybody watched Justin Herbert in the last game of his career, he threw 1 touchdown pass to 3 rushing touchdowns. Literally. They ran quarterback power with Justin Herbert. So stop sitting here and act like mobile quarterbacks don't matter when the quarterback Can you name the last time a mobile quarterback was just great with their legs and they running won a Super Bowl, bro?
in the last, I would say, 7 to 8 years.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is not. He's
There's a
not.
difference
He's
between
not.
a mobile quarterback and a
Mahomes is
scrambling
a
quarterback. That's the difference
quarterback.
he's
He's
making.
elite passer. Stop it, bro. He's an anomaly. He's an anomaly. Mahomes is elite level passer, bro. What I'm saying is
He's
this
also
is that
a great.
when you-
He's also
when-
very mobile. He
hold on.
literally
But he's
can
hold on.
running
But
away
he's a
from
pocket
you.
passer that can
somebody
throw
being
the
mobile
football.
and somebody you'd call a read option for.
Mahomes got so many
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Man,
Russell.
stop.
I made
multiple. Man, get out of here.
I made multiple
Russell Wilson
running quarterbacks.
Russell Wilson was a game manager. He led off that great Legion of Boom defense, and with that elite rushing attack with Marshawn Lynch.
Isn't that the point?
Stop it, bro.
Like, he still
But I'm still a scrambling quarterback, though, right?
I don't watch
What
more-
exactly do you want? Do you want to be like
He's
Cam
not
Newton?
just a
Is that
pocket
what you're trying to
passer.
say? Like,
He's
I don't
not.
understand what you're trying to say. Every
You
quarterback,
don't
the
watch
last
the game more
statue
than me,
quarterback
bro.
in the
He's
NFL
not just
just
a
left.
pocket
Mahomes is
Just
not
left.
Mahomes.
Did not get
Mahomes is
drafted
not no
just because he was
typical
a
running
pocket
quarterback,
passer.
bro.
Because
He's
of
not
all
a
the
typical
things he's
running
able to do.
quarterback. He's an elite
Most
passer.
teams don't.
An elite
Most
pocket
teams,
passer.
let me just explain something to y'all. Let me explain something to y'all noobs in the chat. You fucking casuals. Because y'all be blowing my shit. Mookie, you blowing me too a little bit. You acting like a casual right now. Now, do they want, and Trent, you're here too. You played the game. You've played enough reps at a high enough level to understand where I'm coming from. Do you think coaches want their quarterbacks to have to be mobile and run around? They want them to be able to throw in the pocket. That's a requirement of the position. But your mobility also allows you to be a playmaker. So just because you may have a go a game where you don't have to scramble, because what I think, Mookie, is you think if you scramble, that makes you a running quarterback. And it takes mobility and being a scrambler is two different things. I don't even think Jalen Hurts is a scrambler like that because most of his runs are designed RPOs. They be read options, they be designed runs. He don't be out there in the pocket doing a whole bunch of scrambling, Mike Vick and all of that. The only quarterback in the NFL, the only two quarterbacks in the NFL that we can say are legitimately scramblers is Justin Fields, who was not that in college, had to become that because of the situation he was in, and Lamar Jackson, who I think it was also by design. Look at the
what I'm looking at when I define mobile / scrambler quarterbacks.
Like, you don't think Aaron Rodgers is mobile?
When I look at mobile and scrambler quarterbacks, I'm looking at when I assess them as a quarterback, their best attribute is running the football, scrambling with their legs, and picking up chunk yards with the quarterback position. So when I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes' best attribute at the quarterback position is throwing the football. He has a cannon of an arm, and he can throw on the run, and he can stand in the pocket and deliver the football. So I don't consider him. I don't consider Mahomes as a scrambler or a mobile quarterback. When I look at Lamar Jackson, when I look at Justin Fields, their best attributes is running the football, picking up extra yards with their legs, and their scrambling ability. That's their best attribute, bro. So I consider them more mobile and scrambler quarterbacks. The same goes for Josh Allen. His best attribute is to deliver the football in the pocket, hand it up an arm.
If Justin Herbert had to improvise, but what I'm saying is, Mookie, did Justin Herbert, does he or does he not have the ability to improvise and be mobile in the pocket? If a play broke down, if a play broke down,
yes, but that's not his best attribute.
But you said that you don't like mobile quarterbacks, and I can name you a plethora of quarterbacks that are mobile. You can say you don't like scramblers. You can say that.
I think he's just
I can understand that.
I don't like quarterbacks.
I get
hold on. Let me clarify. I don't like quarterbacks whose main attribute is
running the ball.
Is running the football. That's what I
can understand that.
Now that he broke it down, it makes more sense what he's saying.
Mookie, what do you think about Michael Vick?
Tell me what you think of Michael Vick, because you love Michael Vick.
Michael Vick was probably my favorite quarterback outside of Drew Brees. Hold on, hear what I'm saying. Michael Vick, when he went to Philly, Michael Vick.
I'm about to say, you talking about 2010 Vick.
You really can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up, bro.
He developed some of the best cannon of the arm I've seen of a quarterback in NFL history, bro. His deep ball was elite. He was Michael Vick could stand in that pocket.
Mookie, you punking me right now.
He could throw that football.
Wow. At this rate, Mookie just don't want to be wrong, so he's just
Mookie, you are punking me right now.
My only issue with this is that Jalen Hurts and his team, at the end of the day, lost to Patrick Mahomes, who for the most part, for me at J-Rob, maybe some of y'all too, he's like one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen.
You lost to the GOAT. Like you lost to one of the greatest ever.
And he barely
the best of all time.
Yo, Shona, who did Patrick Mahomes lose to in the Super Bowl?
He lost to the GOAT.
The greatest quarterback
of all time.
Also, hold on, real quick.
Hold on, Randall. Let me. I'll cut Shona off. Finish your point.
Jalen Hurts. If we know that if he went up against Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, even Josh Allen, even though Josh Allen saying that he's a pocket quarterback would be kind of weird, but those quarterbacks, more than likely, I think we would agree that they probably would win the game. So it's not. There's one person, one team who barely beat them in the NFL. And then you're to be all worried about them considering that situation. It doesn't really make sense.
So like, let me ask you something. This is why I think like the expectations for Jalen Hurts is set low. So yeah. For the most part, if you watch that game, Jalen Hurts was really, really good. I think he was really good. But the simple fact of the matter is why we're not killing him for the turnovers that he had, bro. The fumble that he had and the interception that he had as well. Because I know if it's any other quarterback. Like we killed Justin Herbert, ladies and gentlemen, for not scoring enough touchdowns in the second half of the game, right? And they said it's a bad. They said Justin Herbert. They said hold on. They sat there and say hold on. They sat there and said Justin Herbert played terrible, which he had 0 touch. He had what 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, right? Didn't turn over the ball, didn't give it to the defense.
We just making sure you was copping them out, bro. You're not gonna cop
Jalen Hurts. Hold on. According to Jalen Hurts, he can throw for many touchdowns. Can turn over the football 2 times, right? Put the ball into Mahomes' hand, which you're not supposed to put the ball.
He only turned the ball over once,
and he gets a pass. He gets a pass.
Nobody's giving him a pass.
He doesn't get a pass.
Nobody did give him a pass here.
Nobody gave him a pass. The thing is,
but y'all said that was an all-world game, all-world performance by Jalen Hurts.
It was.
The only thing he did wrong in the
game he's ever played.
Literally, the only thing Jalen Hurts did wrong in that game, his one flaw of the game was the fumble. Like, literally the fumble.
He didn't.
That fumble was the
that fumble was big, but outside of that, he played.
We gotta keep talking about that fumble, man.
Also, let's get real quick. One of his favorite quarterbacks, Michael Vick, 56 career 56% completion percentage. Couldn't even throw 60%.
That's why. Sorry, guys. I don't compare stats in different eras. If Michael Vick played in this. If Michael Vick played in this, hold on. If Michael Vick played in this era, where it's more RPOs designed, you can barely touch the quarterback.
Man, he really on his diet taking that day, bro.
You can barely hit the cornerback with D and the wide receiver and stuff like that. Michael Vick numbers will be through the roof.
I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up.
J-Rod, wait.
Stop comparing Vick's numbers in a tough defensive era, right? When Vick really didn't have no weapons like that.
Wait, I got him.
What up, man?
He was the reason.
Hold on, Trent. Go ahead.
Yo, give me the tight zoom real quick. Because this is how you know this nigga is fucking lying.
I'm gonna put you right next to him.
Remember the episode that I don't know if you watched it, but you know how I feel about John Elway, right? You know how I feel about John Elway, right, J-Rod?
Mm-hmm.
How I think he's not that good of a quarterback. This nigga really right with me, comparing the stats.
Where is Huncho?
Comparing, but now when it comes to Michael Vick, we can't compare stats in this era.
Hold on, Trent, you're nasty. Hold on, Trent. You are a nasty man. Trent, you're nasty because when I compare Elway stats, I compare it relative to the era, and you compare John Elway. Hold on. If you compare John Elway stats relative to the era, there's mid quarterbacks that had better production, better quarterback rating, better stats than John Elway, and that's why he's like the Eli Manning of the 80s and 90s.
Hey, but why are you trying to disrespect Eli Manning?
Bro, Eli Manning. He's disrespecting Elway.
Hey, hold on. But here's my point, though. Here's my point, though, Mookie. If you compare Mike Vick's stats relative to his era, that shit mid. Just like John Elway.
He didn't have no great weapons.
Like John Elway.
He didn't have no great weapons.
Yo, stop copping, please, for everybody, bro.
He didn't have no great weapons.
You be copping hella, please.
What's his best?
When I said that about, because when we said that about Lamar, you don't cop a plea for him.
He has Mark Andrews though.
Like that's one weapon. That was one weapon. That's one weapon.
Mike didn't have weapons.
He had a speedster wide receiver in Hollywood Brown, which I think Hollywood Brown
is mid.
No, he's not mid, bro. Stop this nonsense.
Okay, mid plus.
Mid as hell.
He's not mid.
Mid plus.
Hey, put Hollywood.
Hold on. Let's get back to these awards, man.
I need to tell you
this conversation.
Yeah, let's go. But I might be help out of here, man.
So my
all right, JC.
All right, bro.
JC.
All right, JC.
Good talking to y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Come up on again, bro. Pull up again.
NFL rookie is going to be Christian Gonzalez, the number one pick for the Patriots.
I like it.
Corner, basically defensive back, because he's going. Bill Belichick going to put him everywhere. So he's going to have a lot of ability to shine. I like how he's playing. Also, he's a smart player. You know, Bill Belichick at this point, he only drafts players that drafts a certain type of player. And I think he found the perfect one that has the athleticism, has the versatility. I love him a lot. It's just a shame I didn't watch him in college that much. So just obviously I'm only going off highlights and the plays that he's made in the preseason. But I think he's going to get a lot of love to shine. And also the Patriots just crank out number one quarterbacks for other teams to get after their rookie contract's over. So I fully expect him to go somewhere else after his contract's over, because that's what Bill Belichick does at this point. So to just keep in goddamn talent. So Christian Gonzalez.
You got Bill Belichick winning the
I'm that one quarterback.
Hey, J-Rod, we doing it one by one, or everybody just giving a list out right now?
I mean, everybody. No, we've been going through every award. We've been going through every award one by one, but we're about to move on because we did defensive rookie of the year. So I want to be able to. I want to keep the show going. I want to backtrack. We get lost, but the next award will be offensive rookie of the year. So I could start with you could go first, Trent, and then everybody could chime in. I'll go last.
I have it, but I would not be surprised if Zay Flowers get it, because I think he's gonna be a huge part with Lamar and the Ravens offense. But Bijan, bro, I feel like they about to use him in so many different factors. I think if Desmond Ridder is actually the slide of decent, because they're gonna use him in the slot. They're gonna use him as a versatile back, and he gonna tote that. And they gotta get online. He gonna tote that pill.
Look, Zay soaking this all up because they.
Can I speak on this? This is my team. We win the South. Hey, I ain't get a chance to talk. Y'all, you talk crazy. The Saints are trash. Shut your ass up. The Saints are fucking trash, bro. Let me talk, bro. Hey, J-Rod, you did little nigga, man. Now. Go ahead. Hey, look. I can't believe y'all think Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, and fucking Bryce Young gonna win the South. That shit crazy, bro. Come on.
Do not lump us in
Derek Carr trash.
He's the one with the Derek Carr propaganda. Do not lump us in with
Saints are winning it, actually.
The Saints winning the South, man.
I don't know all this goddamn noise you're talking about. Don't start. Don't start. Let Zay cook, bro. Let him cook.
Zay cook. Zay, go ahead.
Let me cook, man. Yeah, BJ. Hey, look, I wanted Carter. I wanted Jalen Carter. But, I mean, we got Bijan Robinson. I mean, I guess he's going to use – if he use all the talent, I mean, he should win Rookie of the Year, bro. He should. But we're going to see. We're going to be a running back heavy because Ritter, he might not trust Ritter, so that's why we got all the running backs. So, but I think we're going to win the South, bro. For real. We should win the South. How about that?
You got is Bijan Robinson Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, Rookie of the Year, bro.
Not even close.
Right. It's close. I mean,
it's
Zay
water,
Flowers,
man.
all them boys. Bro, you okay, bro?
But they out here calling you. Now they out here calling you. I'm crying. They out here calling you Captain Atlanta, bro. That shit got me crying.
Hey, you Atlanta fan? You Atlanta fan?
I'm a Saints fan. Y'all used to wear sacks on y'all head, nigga.
Nigga, y'all dirty birds. Hey, y'all blew a 28 lead in the
bro. We blew it to Tom Brady, and y'all ain't win nothing else after that little championship they gave y'all.
They didn't give us no championship.
What?
We won it by ourselves.
Bro, what is going on right now?
What the hell?
All right, I'm gonna
he was security at the Salty Spittoon.
You know what I'm saying? Then they gave him back.
Your voice messing up.
I can't hear this man.
Hey, Zay, your voice messing up, man.
You lagging, Zay.
You lagging your voice, man.
How you talking about like this?
That nigga needs some rubber touching, man.
I really can't hear you, man.
Digging up the whole time.
Oh,
Big
God,
drop.
dog.
Yo, show them. Who's your offensive rookie of the year, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw mine out real quick. I agree with Bijan Robinson. Unless Bryce Young wins the division somehow, I think it's Bijan's to lose. Honestly,
I like Bryce to win the division. I'm not going cap.
Me too.
A dark horse, Tankdale. Hey, watch out for Houston. Just saying.
Grant, who you got?
For me, it's either gonna be Bijan, or if not Bijan, I could see Zay Flowers winning it. Maybe.
I like Zay Flowers. Random, who you got?
I think it's a quarterback's one to lose, especially with the three. As much shit as I talked about this man, if Anthony Richardson falls out, it is to win. It's like they're on a platter, J-Rob.
I'm a low-key Colts fan. So
it's right there. If we even get flashes of like, oh, he like Cam Newton for real, bro, they sending that thing right to him. It's
I'm gonna be honest with him. First day out with Anthony Richardson, I would straight up. I'm making sure he is very much involved in our run game out the gate.
And he's gonna make loud plays, J-Rob. Loud plays. Like right after they do the Mahomes glazing segment, it's gonna be the Anthony Richardson glazing segment right after it. So
yeah, he gonna be. You know how they call Justin Herbert a social media quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
If Anthony Richardson would be the next one, because he was gonna make a bunch of wow plays because he got so much ability. So.
Also,
I like
people expecting a lot from the Colts this year in terms of playoff success. So this could literally this whole season could just be a showcase for Anthony Richardson, and obviously any playoff success or anything like that is a bonus.
I like it.
I know Trent. I was waiting for you and J-Rob. Oh, they're gonna like this one. I'm as much as lose.
I like the Anthony Richardson pick. I like him. I see faster Cam.
Tyson, you are casual.
He's tied.
This football shit, I would really fry you in. Like I said, that link is in there. I will fry you when it comes to football, bro. I watch way more ball than you. I watch way more film than you. So we could really go to blows about this football shit. I'm not backing down for nobody. I'm like that. Mookie, I put him in a. Nah, let me chill.
No, you didn't, bro.
Let me chill.
Hey, you won the chat vote. I won the IQ vote, man. Hey, you know what's crazy? The chat said before. Hey, this is why I know the chat was some bullshit. The chat. I don't know who did it, but they asked, "Is Lamar Jackson an elite passer?" 60% said yes, and like 30-something % said no. So I'm like, yeah, the chat is biased as hell. They biased as fuck, man. But
they get you. Was it like 5-on-1, Mookie? Is that always when you come up here? 5-on-1.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely not 5-on-1. No, it's definitely not 5-on-1. No, it's not. No, it's not.
He's like that every time, bro.
He's capping. He's capping. Who is your defensive rookie of the year, bro? Who is your defensive rookie of the year, bro?
Defensive rookie of the year?
I mean, offensive rookie of the year. Quentin Johnston.
I don't know. I think I like the Anthony Richardson pick, but I don't know, bro. What's the? I'm going with that guy from Houston, man.
CJ Stroud. Okay.
Yeah,
you like CJ Stroud? I like CJ Stroud too. That last preseason game looked good.
I like CJ Stroud too, bro.
And, I'm an Ohio.
A good way to enter the regular season, right there.
That was a good way. He could look. I say one thing about my dog CJ. He throw the prettiest ball out of all them quarterbacks that came in his draft.
Hey, Kings.
Damn, see out there opening the bag of chips.
He's struggling right now.
Nobody messing with my Falcons.
Oh my God! Stop it! All right, we got 3 more awards. We got 3 more awards. All right, we're gonna go defensive player of the year. I'm gonna set it off. Defensive player of the year. I think Michael Parsons finally gets his first one. I think he'll lead the NFL in sacks. I think them deciding that we're gonna just have Michael Parsons rush the passer all the time was a phenomenal decision, because I think even though he can play linebacker, and that's a testament to how talented he is more valuable closer to that football. So I love the decision. I think he's going to lead the NFL in sacks, and he's going to be the best pass rusher in the league this year. So I'm going to go with Michael Parsons, and I don't even like the Cowboys.
I got I got Myles Garrett winning it. I think he's past 2 years. He's been close to leading these league in sacks. I think this year he's gonna be the. I think it's gonna be the year when he actually lead the league in stats. And I feel like he's just been like due for one. Like he's been like top 3 edge rusher for how long? TJ Watt has gone in, Nick Bosa has gone. I think it's where he actually get in that Browns defense really gonna be crazy this year.
I got the best DN pass rusher in the league. Nick Bosa.
Smoking nuts.
Yeah, last night, people thought that I was crazy to have him like a top 3 player in the NFL right now. Nick Bosa, bro, his ability to get to the quarterback is some of the best I've seen even watching the game of football, bro. His pass rush, his finesse moves, his inside moves, his spin move, bro. It's just so fast. It comes quick to him, bro. And Nick Bosa, bro, it's about time y'all got to put respect to him. Like, he is one of the best defensive players in our generation, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, he will win back-to-back DPOY this year. He will lead the lead in sacks, and he will be the best defensive player on the best defense in the NFL again. Shout out to Nick Bosa. He will win DPOY.
You think so?
Agree with you, but it's his health, man. It's always his health.
Yeah,
it really
injuries are the thing that just scare me the most about it.
It's always his health.
Yeah, kind of similar with TJ Watt. Obviously, for me, I'm gonna co-sign with Trent. I'm gonna say Myles Garrett. I think Michael Parsons is probably like first as of right now, but the Browns are now ready to compete. Like they have a quarterback that can believe with Deshaun Watson. Now they're gonna start winning games. If that Browns defense can be as elite as it should be, considering the defensive personnel on their team, Myles Garrett's gonna be the one leading it, and they're gonna try to make a playoff push. So I'm gonna go Myles.
I like Myles. Who else? What else, Grant? Did you pick?
No, I didn't. I've got Sauce Gardner.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Because I think Sauce Gardner.
That's starting to get overrated, bro.
He's not overrated.
Y'all are overrated. Y'all overrating this man, bro. God damn.
Cook.
Wow.
Cook. Just cook.
Go ahead.
First team all pro as a rookie.
I want to hear this. Why is he overrated?
Because I think go ahead, Trent. You want to start off?
You can. I have a deeper example that's gonna go. You can go ahead. Go
ahead. Start off, Trent. Go ahead.
Trent just thinks he's overrated because people say he's number one. He don't think he's number one.
I mean, I think he has no case to be in top 3. I know that, or even top 5. But
no case to be top 5 is ridiculous. That's just that is your personal opinion.
What are your top 3 right now in the league?
Yeah,
that's just your personal opinion.
Top 5
because he has a case to be top 5 for sure, just off what he did.
I don't think you. I mean, the top 3 to me easily is Jalen, Jair, PS2. Sauce don't come near.
That's fine. I'm not mad at that. That's a good
the reason why I think Sauce is overrated is because people overrate his coverage ability. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
named all pro as a rookie.
That's fine, but okay, I know he made
because of his coverage.
He's misleading. Coverage. Yeah, but when you're guarding wide receiver 2s majority of the game, like,
to be fair,
he's guarding wide receiver 2 majority.
What, J-Rob? J-Rob, I've been waiting. J-Rob, me and you one day are really going to watch this nigga.
All I'm saying, I'm gonna say this: he don't travel. He doesn't travel.
I know that.
Travel.
He doesn't.
But why doesn't he travel? We play field and boundary, right?
Yes. But this thing, J-Rob, but Salau said himself the reason why he didn't want him to travel because all the pieces he didn't trust all the other pieces around him. I think this year they're going to let him start traveling more, and I'm really see what Sauce is about.
No, I also think they didn't travel because they had DJ Reed. Like, you had another good corner, so that's why he didn't. Have
but here's my thing, though. I can't put somebody in these top 5.
I'm cool with that. Did you have Richard Sherman at some point in your top 5 in his peak?
You said what?
Did you have Richard Sherman in it?
I didn't see him. You know why? I didn't see Richard Sherman.
He played zone coverage.
The best. I didn't see Richard Sherman. I didn't see Richard Sherman travel. Hold on. I didn't see Richard Sherman travel and lock down AB. Even guard that nigga in the slot.
I'm curious. How did he play against the Dolphins?
I didn't see him lock down.
Okay,
but here's the thing, though. I didn't see him.
How did he play against the Dolphins?
No, here's my thing. Because here's the thing. If
Marshawn Lattimore better than
if Sauce Gardner has
he didn't travel like that. He's not. Marshawn Lattimore's not better than Sauce. I'm not jacking.
He is.
I'm not
about to do that. Look, he's
dead.
If Sauce has
at least he traveled.
Don't jack what he just said because that's dead cap.
He traveled. Hold on. Who's a better lockdown coverage?
I would say, hold on.
Yo, y'all jacking Marshawn off one season. He ain't never done that shit again, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not jacking Marshawn Lattimore. Chill.
Marshawn Lynch travel. He's traveled. He can play the slot. He can play outside. He's a better quarterback, bro. What are you talking about?
Come on.
He's a better man-to-man quarterback than this.
You started because you said that word travel. I knew this was gonna happen.
But that's Mookie though, bro. That's
bro. He travels though. He played on slot and outside.
You gotta be the best corner.
He guards the best quarterback. He guards the best quarterback.
Marshawn Lattimore's
He guards the best quarterback, bro.
He guards
the best quarterback. He's liking up Mike Evans. He's the best wide receivers in the game. I never see. Hold on. Everybody pipe down. I never see motherfucking Sauce. I never see motherfucking Sauce Gardner-Johnson get on Jettas, nigga, and lock that nigga down, bro. Never see that nigga do that shit. I see Lattimore with Jettas locking this nigga down, man.
Wait, hold on here.
Put some fucking respect on Marshawn Lattimore name, nigga.
I'm trying to see the Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle coverage. I'm trying to see that.
I don't know about Sauce being. I don't know about Sauce being top 3. That's questionable. He got to prove something this year, but he's definitely great. Top 5, that might be a conversation. But all I'm gonna say is this: Patrick Surtain is the best cornerback in the league. No,
and I'm not mad at that.
And if you feel that way, I'm dead.
Here's what I was about to say. Is this
but Sauce is not in the top 3 because he got to prove it again this year. But top 5,
I agree.
Hey, hold on. He got top 5. He got a case.
This is what I was saying before the whole Marshawn Lattimore. If Sauce Gardner has a Trey White year, meaning that Trey White travels when he needs to. When he see the best nigga on the field,
going crazy, go travel with him.
He don't have to travel OD. Just do that just sometimes, because I'm not gonna lie.
I agree. I could deal with that.
Like you guarding Adam Thielen, Gabe Davis.
You don't want to see that shit. You don't want to see that
That's
shit.
just not gonna move.
I'm not mad at that trend. I'm not mad at that assessment because this year he is going to travel way more.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna tell you 2 reasons why he didn't travel this much this year. One, because it was his rookie year, I think. Yeah. And also, 2, my other reason is because DJ Reed is one of the better corners in the league as well. DJ Reed on certain teams would be a 1. You know what I'm saying?
This is my question about the travel thing, though, right? Okay, say if he don't travel, right, to the best guy every time, but he shuts down his side of the field the whole time. Is that
he
still
did that last year? But my thing is,
but I'm saying you got to give him credit when you're doing your job.
SB, but hold on, but SB, you can't compare it to a guy.
You're not going to expect him to always travel.
Yeah, for sure.
But SB,
I can't say
like Trevon. Like, are you going to slide Trevon Diggs or Stephon Gilmore because they're playing left and right? They're not playing.
Yeah. Wait, Gilly's traveling. I didn't see Gilly travel last year on the Colts. I'm
here.
Because like I'm just saying though, like I can't say Sauce is a better coverage corner than somebody like Jair.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Jair travel. Jair.
No, I'm saying
I'm not mad at that.
I'm saying even like a Denzel, AJ Terrell, these type of guys.
Nah, he's better than Denzel Ward.
I don't know.
Shout out Denzel.
No, it's all better than
Denzel. But Trent, your logic don't make sense.
Trey White comes back and he's fully healthy. He's doing what I think he's like.
Oh yeah, Trey White is who he was. Yeah.
I'm hip too.
You're talking about the absolute cream of the crop. So I'm not.
Hold on, Trent. Your logic don't make sense. Hold on, Trent. Your logic don't make sense.
I do.
Trent, hold on, Trent. Your logic don't make sense because you can't sit there and say all them reasons why he can't be top 3 and not say all the reasons why, or you can apply that for reasons why another guy came into the league and he was the cornerback 1. He traveled on the outside. He traveled on the slot. He guarded the best. He guarded the best. Yes. He guarded the best wide receivers. What are we talking about, bro?
Marshawn Lattimore hasn't been the same since his rookie year.
Marshawn Lattimore.
No, that's a fucking lie. That's a lie. That is a fucking lie. No, nigga, 2019, that was not a close to an all-pro season that he had. When he's guarding the best, when he locked up Jadis on Christmas, when he fucking locked up Mike Evans, when he played in the league, what are we talking about, bro?
Jadis wasn't in the league in 2019. What are you talking about?
Jadis, no, hold on.
Jadis wasn't in the league in 2019.
2019, 2020.
2019, Jadis was in college.
No, he was not. No, he was not. Hold on. Jadis was in the league. Jadis was in the league.
No, he wasn't. He won a national championship in
2019.
2019 to 2020.
Wait, so Mookie, let me ask you this.
What is Jadis' rookie year?
What happened when Marshawn Lattimore guarded Jadis? This year, what happened? fucking fried. What are you talking
He got
about?
cooked.
Hey,
But Sauce don't guard the best receivers too.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Sauce don't guard the best receivers too. Sauce don't guard the best receivers too, nigga. Who the man? Hold on. Hold on. Name me a nigga that. Hold on. Marshawn Lattimore. Hold on. Marshawn Lattimore is the 101 lockdown corner. I can put
him.
Hold on. I can put Marshawn Lattimore. Hold on, SB. Trent, has Marshawn Lattimore guarded the best wide receivers every night? He can travel in a slot outside. He can play zone coverage with the best of them. He's one of the best man-to-man coverage in the fucking league. Is that correct?
No, he's not.
No, yes, he is.
Not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He is, bro.
Wait, hold on. Here's my point. Wait, you're confusing my point, Mookie. Wait, just because you travel and you're traveling a lot, if you getting fucking fried left and right, what the fuck?
He's not getting fried. That's a lie. Oh my fucking god, y'all niggas some bullshit, bro. He's not getting fucking fried.
We're gonna move on. You
He's
got
fucking Mike Evans. He's like the best wide receiver in the fucking game.
You've been living off one season, bro. I'm sorry, you're living off one.
Nigga,
year.
2019, 2020, nigga. It's not one season with Marshawn Lattimore, bro.
But you
God damn, y'all niggas looking at one season. He's the best quarterback for the face every fucking year.
I'm looking
at We need the rest of the defensive players of the year. SB, Grant, random. If you have not told me what your defensive player of the year is, please give me a defensive player.
Let me hop on. Let me hop on since Grant.
Go ahead. You go.
I was also going to say Sauce because obviously the last 4 years we've seen high profile quarterbacks go new places, and that brings new shine. So Sauce played well last year, named All Pro as a rookie, the first All Pro rookie in 40 years. I just looked that up, so don't. I'm not going to sit here and act like I just pulled out my brain. But he's a great corner. Plus all the extra people want AR to play well because that's what we've seen, except for because that's the expectation. He's going to get a lot of targets. He's hopefully starts traveling because I don't know how maybe just me. I don't know how many rookies travel like that. But you can't sit here and act like.
That was great. Yeah.
Also, Mookie, Justin Jefferson was drafted in 2020. He was not. He was not in 2019.
Who is
hold on. It was the 20. Hold on. I said the 19. I said the 19.
He was drafted in 2020, so his first season.
Okay. Maybe I messed up. It was hold on. My bad. It was the 2020. It was the 20 to 21 season when he played Marshawn. When he played Jettis on Christmas, Jettis couldn't do nothing. He was flying the lead at the time. When he was matched up against Marshawn Lattimore, even Jettis even sat there and said Marshawn Lattimore is his toughest coverage. Marshawn Lattimore, Jettis couldn't do shit. He couldn't do shit, bro. He couldn't do nothing.
Was that his rookie year? Was that his rookie year?
Wasn't his rookie year? Hold on. Did he win offensive rookie of the year? He won. He won.
I mean, that's his rookie year going against a vet. That's
going against a vet. Like
a vet. Nigga, a vet. Hold on, a vet that been in the league for 3 years. What the fuck?
Yeah,
get out of here, man.
Yo,
use more experience.
We get the DPOYs though, bro.
What happened the next year? They played.
Can y'all get to my fucking question? I got you. Answer my shit. Stop doing.
Okay, J-Rob. Okay, look. So wait. So look, he asked for defensive player of the year. I'm gonna go a little bit right, like left field, because I know the obvious answer is probably like Sauce, T.J. Watt, Patrick Surtain. I think this team gonna have a great year, and I think he's gonna be a main part of it. I think Myles Garrett is gonna be my pick for defensive player of the year.
I like Myles Garrett.
The Browns gonna be better with Deshaun Watson coming back, and then obviously the head of him, their defense has always been good. And who's the head of the snake of that defense? I got to go Myles Garrett. So I think he's gonna have a record-breaking year when it comes with the sack. I ain't saying he's gonna break the record of sacks, but I think he's gonna be up there top tier.
You think he's tired at least?
Maybe close. He do play the Bengals twice. So
and they got an extra game, and they got an extra game on the schedule.
Yeah, so if I had to pick anybody to go like left field besides the obvious answer, I'm gonna go Myles Garrett for sure.
I like it.
I can give you a hot take, J-Rob. I give you a hot take real quick.
Go ahead.
Because I think Reek Woolen better than Sauce Gardner, and I'm gonna go him for DPOY.
That's not a hot take. That's just propaganda.
Reek Woolen.
Yo, Trent, don't because everything that you said Sauce does not do Tariq Woolen really don't do none of that shit. He don't travel.
No.
He don't travel.
They do the same thing.
He plays cover 3
He's
zone.
in a great defensive system.
He plays cover 3
every
zone. He plays cover 3 zone all day. They play a zone. They play a 3-zone system. So please don't say Trent.
I don't know.
Nah.
He's not better than Sauce.
He definitely don't play nearly enough man that Sauce plays for me to even say that. And the only reason I say
it's definitely different.
Like, bro, you can't tell me he's better because he picked off a pass up the sideline to Tom Brady, bro. I'm not.
I'm
Also,
not.
the Seahawks have to be in the elite defense.
That's not moving.
They have to be in the elite defense.
Let's not act
And I love Tariq Woolen. I think Tariq Woolen already top 10. He got hella ability, but I know what system he in because I watched Richard Sherman in that system. I defended Richard Sherman in that system, and I know he could be a top corner. But with the propaganda that y'all spewed about Sauce, I'm applying that same energy, same standards to Tariq Woolen. But he is very much one of the 10 best corners in the league.
Pretty sure I saw him in
probably has the most upside of any corner in the league.
And then, hold on, J-Rod, let me pull my Chargers agenda too. Joey Bosa gonna win Defensive Player of the Year too. That was me being biased. That was me being biased. But it's possible. It's possible.
We're talking about Joey Bosa underrated.
Derwin James was winning before him.
And Nick Bosa on the way to the.
I don't know if Joey Bosa gonna get it. I don't know if
Nick Bosa on the way to the Chargers too. They said
I like Jair Alexander to get some love this year.
Hey, all I'm saying, the 49ers said they might trade him to an AFC team, Nick Bosa, because they don't want to pay him. The Chargers gonna pay him. All
right, so my next question is Offensive Player of the Year.
This is kind of too easy.
It's a quarter.
This one too easy. I think it'll be a quarterback this year. I think because the MVP race is going to be so close, I think Offensive Player of the Year might be a quarterback.
I think it's a receiver.
No way.
I think it's a running back.
Unless we're saying that the Offensive Player of the Year will be really, unless we're really just saying, unless we're saying it's a quarterback. I mean, it's a
you can't make them both quarterback awards, J-Rob.
That's what I figured. Exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. That's exactly what I wanted to hear because you know who my Offensive Player of the Year is gonna be. Let's hear it for New York. Number 17 for the Jets.
No, that's realistic.
Yeah, Wilson.
That's realistic.
You know who really gonna win it, J-Rob? You know who really gonna win it? That boy from the Bengals. If he stays healthy,
Lamar, I can see that.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it
either. But realistically speaking, because everybody's saying Justin Herbert, it's not Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is winning MVP. Y'all can talk about it. Jay Herbert winning MVP.
I wish I could love somebody the way Mookie loves Justin Herbert.
Hey, Mookie, hey, that's why Mookie, my boy. Look, Justin, he speaks the truth. Y'all don't understand the dynamic of Justin Herbert because Justin Herbert has the numbers. All you gotta do is win.
Sure.
He putting up numbers. He got MVP numbers already.
We all know that already.
Who was up 27-0?
What does he have to do, Trent? Hey, Trent, you know as we said, what does he have to do?
Win.
That shit don't matter though. Apparently, that shit don't matter.
Exactly.
No, he don't have to. It's not the end all be all, but it's expectations.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Trent. I want you to know right now, Mookie and SB would be very much cool for this man throwing for $5K the rest of his career and having a 0-3 playoff record, and they're going to say,
"Hey, you know what Justin Herbert can be?
Hey, Rob, you disrespect
Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers
with his flag above my
Hold on. Why y'all do that? Why y'all act like Phillip Rivers wasn't good in his prime?
Who said he wasn't good? Hold up.
So comparing him to Phillip Rivers is actually really a compliment.
He's not gonna make the Hall of Fame.
I don't know if that's. I don't know.
Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame quarterback. If Matt Ryan
Ryan's not a Hall of Famer either.
Phillip Rivers
not a Hall of Famer either. He's not.
Bro.
Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame.
He's not gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
He's ready to get in, but it's gonna take him a while before he gets in.
He's getting in on like the 27th try because
he's making the Hall of Fame, bro.
He's making the Hall of Fame.
All right,
he's making the Hall of Fame.
All right. Who else did it say the Offensive Player of the Year? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sean.
I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the situation because I was gonna pick Garrett Wilson for sure. If I had to real life pick one, Damn, bro, you threw because my pick is really Garrett Wilson because I think with Aaron
I love
Rodgers,
it. You smart. You smart.
Yeah, because with Aaron Rodgers, he's gonna go crazy, and everybody
you
gonna
smart.
pick Justin Jefferson. That's the wrong pick.
You know what you're talking about. Yeah.
All right, Saquon Barkley. There you go. Saquon Barkley.
Yes. Daniel Jones is savior. Yes, I love it. I love it.
All right, yeah. So
he's trying to get paid. He's trying to get paid.
He's that guy.
As long as Saquon Barkley as long as Daniel Jones for the rest of Saquon Barkley's life, as long as he make sure he sends him bottles of wine and a check every year.
Hey, J-Rod.
Getting him paid.
Hey, J-Rod, just wait till we beat y'all this year.
What?
We both gonna be there.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. I just hope he's great. The Jets and the Giants play each other this year too, you know. So
the Jets are tough.
We're gonna be spanking that ass. You
better wait.
They won't be. We're
gonna spank y'all, bro. We're gonna spank y'all.
So, okay, for my offensive player of the year, I wanted to do the homer pick with Saquon. Obviously, I'm a Giants fan, so I wanted to do it. And he's like that. He's actually legit like that. We all know he's like that. But another pick, low key, that could be there. And I talked about their defensive player of the year already. But the Browns, now that Kareem Hunt not getting any touches, Nick Chubb is about to solidify himself as the best running back in the NFL this year.
I don't know about that.
Hey,
don't know about that.
Hey, he already top 2. Nick Chubb like that.
I like McCaffrey and Saquon more. I like.
Hold on. It's Nick. Hold on. Let's be real.
I like Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubbs haven't even surpassed Jonathan Taylor yet, bro.
Shut up.
You gotta.
Mookie, what are we doing?
No, you know what's crazy? Let me say something to y'all. This is how, Mookie, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta expose you today because there's a lot of flip flopping and going back and forth today that I'm about to just put it out there for you because this is incredible. One, Trent, you missed it. He picked Brandon Staley to be coach of the year after everything. Yeah. Yeah, I swear to God. Whose mic is that?
That's STB.
That's the SB guy.
That's the one. Trent, that's the one. So let me finish. That's the first thing. He said that today. So that was the biggest thing. Couldn't believe that. Now, he went out there and said that Michael Thomas would have 100 receptions and 1,200 yards, and would be considered one of the best receivers in football all over again if you have a productive year. That's not even.
That's not a bad take. That's
a bad take.
That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take.
The way the receivers are right now, let me finish, Trent.
That's a good take.
He came up here and disrespected Jalen Hurts and almost
because I say he got to prove in the past.
No, not about the arm thing, but came up here and pretty much knocked Jalen Hurts for having a good rushing attack when he has come up here multiple times and said the Chargers' biggest flaw they don't have a running game. But then he caps it off just now.
That's cap. We got Austin Eckler. That's cap.
This right now is like, bro, the going back and forth, Mookie. This is insane. The fact that he said Jonathan Taylor, and he's basing it off of one season.
Yeah.
And he is the guy, Trent, who says, what does he need to see all the time? Longevity.
He is a longevity.
He's a longevity merchant.
No. Hold on. Let me stop that. Hold on. Let me stop that. Hold on. Hold on, J-Rock. Hold on, J-Rock. Stop this. Stop this. No.
Chris Olave was better than Mike Evans when he's been on national TV.
Chris Olave better than who?
Yeah, he is though.
Hold on. Let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. I'm a longevity merchant when it comes to quarterbacks. From other positions, bro, from like the running back position, the wide receiver position, it's not too many.
So where do you rank Cooper Kupp right now?
It's not too many people that's give you this.
Where do you rank Cooper Kupp right now?
You know why he's lying though, J-Rob? Because he was just Cooper Kupp, top 5 having 9 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Nigga, that's longevity. You was just caping that.
No, that's not longevity.
What?
What?
No. Hear what I'm saying. Hold on, Trent. Hear what I'm saying. Hold on, Trent. Hear what I'm saying. That's not the only. Hold on. That's not the only. Hold on. That's not the only. Hold on. That's not the only argument I use for Mike Evans. I used Mike. I described Mike Evans. Hold on. I used Mike Evans' skill, like his athleticism. Him being a great red zone threat wide receiver. Him being him having the ability to actually go up and get contested catches. His deep threat ability is actually pretty good. His ability to block wide receivers is one of the best in the league. I mean, I talk about that, and I talk about, like, if you look at the production standpoint, right? For the last couple of years, he's giving you consistent production. That's what I mentioned with Mike Evans. Now, when I'm responding to J. Rod's point about Jonathan Taylor, yeah, you could say Jonathan Taylor had 2 elite seasons. But when we look at Jonathan Taylor's ability at his best, I mean, you can't lie that he's one of the top 4 running backs in the league.
What have you not seen from Nick Chubb to not make it like
I can name 4 running backs
between
I'd rather have than
consistency?
Jonathan Taylor.
First of all, you know what's the crazy thing about Nick Chubb that I think is the one thing people don't talk about enough. Not only his consistency, his goddamn health.
Yes,
the man has been healthy.
Yeah,
and you're not.
Yeah, but he's also had that. Hold on. Watch this. It's the headshot. He's also had an elite offensive line covering his ass.
You just hand it yourself. Wait.
No. He's always had elite offensive line.
Yo, Mookie, you're finished. Watch this, J-Rob. Mookie, you have came on this show multiple times and say Emmitt Smith is your fucking GOAT. And now you try to discredit each other offensive line. You have Emmitt Smith as your GOAT.
Okay, who's been better? Hold on.
That's absurd.
Hold on. Even if I say that, hold on. Even if you could sit there and say Emmitt still had the best offensive line. If you look at Emmitt Smith's skill, and if you look at his production, it's the best. It's the best we've seen from a running back position all time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Hall of Fame offensive line. You call Jerry Jones, he's taking Barry
Man, get out of here.
Right now, and they win more. Stop it.
Yo, Graham, he has himself again because he literally just said, I'm only a longevity merchant when it comes to quarterbacks. Nigga, you have Emmitt Smith as your GOAT, and it's all hella TikToks, and you bringing up Emmitt Smith's longevity.
Nah, you're lying. Wait, Trent, he does?
Yes.
The GOAT? No, the GOAT.
Did you just hear what I said?
Okay, hold on. Let me ask
you. The GOAT? No, the GOAT of NFL? No.
No, the GOAT running back. The GOAT
Bro,
running back.
Emmitt
Smith is the most talented running back.
Emmitt Smith.
You are.
Who's better, Emmitt Smith or Barry Sanders?
Barry Sanders is clear.
Emmitt Smith, it's not clear. What the hell are you talking about, bro? Production matters. It's not clear. What y'all talking about?
Behind that,
get the fuck out of here.
Barry Sanders was producing.
Yeah, and who produced more? Who had the skill? Who had the ability to? Who had the
can't do that.
Who was the lead?
Again, you talk about Nick Chubb having a great O line. But now you won't give that same grace.
Yeah, he's had a Hall of Fame all Dallas.
Hear what I'm saying? Hold on. Hear what I'm saying? I'm saying is that when we look at Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb, to sit there and say Nick Chubb is clearly the second best or the best running back in the league, when there's other running backs that are in a conversation with him, he don't separate himself from the other running backs in the league, bro. What are we talking about?
Runner in the league.
Huh?
He's the best pure runner in the league.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's the best pure runner in the league.
You think he's better? You think he's better than Derrick Henry?
Yes.
You think he's better than Christian McCaffrey?
He clears Christian McCaffrey as a runner. He clears.
Oh my goodness.
Christian
McCaffrey beats him in versatility.
Christian McCaffrey's a versatile.
Nick Chubb has been the most consistent running back in football since he stepped foot in this league, bro. Like, I don't understand how you been able the way people don't talk about Nick Chubb enough is actually ridiculous, because not only has he been healthy at a position that they say doesn't have good health, it's not one of those
2020 was
Ezekiel Elliott situations where he's just falling off a cliff every year by year. He's still been putting up all Pro Bowl level seasons
back to back to back to back. But
So he's only never not had he's been in the league for 5 years. Only 2 of those times he didn't run a full season. And 2020, his lowest was 12.
Hey, Trent.
Still ran for 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns, 5.6 yards a carry. Nick Chubb is elite.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Trent. You telling me that if you a linebacker, right, and you a D tackle, you telling me you feared Nick Chubb's coming in the hole more than Derrick Henry?
I done seen Derrick Henry get smacked by niggas that you don't even know.
Yeah, he do.
Man,
He
stop.
do.
Answer the goddamn question.
If
you talking about who coming in that hole, who's running between tackles? The only thing Nick Chubb had over Derrick
Henry is harder to deal with.
But
You don't realize Derrick Henry is harder to deal with in the second level, not in the first level, because he's such a big target that he needs a little bit. When Derrick Henry is forgettable, when he gets to this, when he's running at full speed, he's one of the hardest to deal with because he's so big, so strong. In the second level, he's a nightmare because people don't want to tackle him.
Absolutely.
But in the hole, I've seen Derrick Henry get stuffed in a hole multiple times by people his size.
That could be applicable to any guys. It could be applicable to Nick Chubb.
Going through the hole, I think I would rather see Derrick Henry because it's a bigger surface area.
Who you want to tackle is dumb as hell. That's a dumbass point to bring up.
It's not.
He's not a
better runner. He's not a better runner.
All right, but
because when Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry coming to the hole, you literally have to fucking stack the box on this nigga. You literally have to take all. Okay. Hold on. But the thing is when Derrick Henry hits the gap. When he hits the gaps, it's more powerful or it's more.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. When we're looking at
how big he is physically,
Derrick Henry is much better. Derrick Henry is much better in the open field. Derrick Henry is much better in running through gaps as well. The only thing Nick Chubb's better. The only thing Nick Chubb's better is he's much faster. That's it, bro. That's all he is. But he's a better catcher on that field.
Okay, but
you need to watch some tape.
Hold on, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah, you need to watch some tape on Nick Chubb in the open field.
Yeah, you got to watch some Nick Chubb.
Go
ahead, Grant.
I got to run, but I'm just going to rapid fire off the rest real quick before I go. For Offensive Player of the Year, I got Jamar Chase. I think he's going to have solid. And then for MVP, I got it between Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes.
I like it. I dig it.
But I got to run, so see y'all.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. See you later, bro.
I'll be overrating Nick Chubb as, man.
Nah. He's perfect. He's actually more underrated than he is overrated.
No, he's J-Rob. He's top 5. But say he's like clear cut.
He's more underrated than he is
overrated. Bro. Hold on.
Hold on.
Cleveland, he's not loud.
Much time left, so let's get to
Hey, J-Rob, this is my MVP. Sing your song again. Sing it again, J-Rob.
Let's hear it for New York.
Bro, I got.
Don't say Daniel Jones though.
He's
going
to win his 5th MVP this year.
Yes,
Aaron Rodgers is about to have another 35 TDs, 5 picks.
Yeah.
Stop 4,400 yards. He's going.
I love to hear that shit.
Like
I love to hear it. I love to hear that shit. He had better numbers than Derek Carr for sure.
Watch, bro. Watch.
I don't know about that.
You have better numbers than
I don't know about that.
Bet it.
Don't know about that.
Bet it. Want to bet touchdowns? You want to bet? Let's bet touchdowns.
No, I'm not betting that. I ain't betting that.
Let's bet touchdown passes.
I ain't betting that shit. Hell no.
Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers touchdown passes.
No.
Oh no.
I can bet Justin Herbert.
You're just giving your money now, bro.
I'm so crazy, bro.
Justin Herbert.
I'm a Chargers guy though. I can't glaze nobody who.
I forgot. You're a Chargers fan. That is your team.
That's my team.
Mookie's the Glazer. I forgot. That is your team. I see the logo behind
you. See it right there, but I see.
Yes.
Look.
No, hold on, SB. I thought you're supposed to be a Bears fan, nigga.
No, I support the Bears. I'm from Iraq, but I like the Chargers because of LaDainian Thompson. So I've been rocking with them since LaDainian Thompson.
Who's definitely better than Emmitt Smith?
So you a fake fan?
No, I'm not a fake fan.
LT.
Hold on, you are. Hold on. SB. If hold on. If your home team, if you live in a city where you have a home football team and you root from a team that's in the other state, you're a fake fan, bro.
Okay, Mookie, you support the Clippers and you ain't in LA, Mookie.
No, bro.
I ain't never heard you.
Hold on. I'm not a Clippers fan though.
Nah, he just
You're a
plays
Kawhi fan. You're a Kawhi fan.
Yeah, I'm a Kawhi fan. So I root for them, but I'm not a Kawhi fan though. I'm not.
Wait, where you from, Mookie?
I'm from Baton
But you're
Rouge.
not.
I'm from
So you're a Pelicans fan.
So you're a Pelicans fan.
Yeah.
Is I'm a Pelicans fan? Yeah.
Yes.
You
No,
said-
He didn't say that convincingly.
my
He
guy.
said that
Yeah,
convincingly. He
No,
said that
no,
convincingly.
no, Hold on, bro. Living in Louisiana, right? We had the Hornets. We had whatever. All right. I'm a LSU fan and I'm a Saints fan, bro. So I root for my whole team. I don't root for the Pelicans because they just newer of a team. I don't root for them like that.
So you like the Hornets then because the Hornets left. So you like?
No, I don't like. I don't have the. No, I'm not a fan of no team in basketball.
Nah, be up here,
bro.
He moved the goalpost a lot. He moved the goalpost OD more than anybody.
My point is this though, right? Let's make a bet. I don't like betting money because money y'all can get that back.
No, I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to bet Herbert.
Let's
I'm
bet
not going to bet
something
Herbert.
entertaining wise though.
I don't want to bet touchdown passes because your offense is going to be more pass heavy than mine. I got two great running backs.
Because I say, because you a New Yorker, I say on a if I win whatever bet
you could, my guy could throw 35. You could throw. Oh, I could get 30 on stream, but bro, I do think you make throw for more touchdown passes than me just because that Kellen Moore offense y'all about to run. Y'all throwing the ball 40 times a game.
Yeah. What's the better bet?
In New York, we're not gonna throw it. We're not gonna have to throw it 40 times.
SB, I'm make a prediction too. I think Justin Herbert going to be the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for 6,000 yards. To throw for 6,000 yards. He threw for 6,000 yards this year. 6,000. He going for 6K, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, SB, they're gonna have this nigga throwing the football 60 times a game. 60,000, 60 times a game, bro.
They want to run Herbo to the ringer, bro.
6,000. 6,000.
Never getting a handle.
Let SB go. Go ahead, SB.
Look, listen, y'all ruining the clip. First of all, think about the editing and think about the
Mookie, say it. Mookie, say that shit again. Say it again.
Hey. The reason why I think Justin Herbert gonna throw for 6,000 yards.
No. Say the statement first. Say the statement first.
Yeah. Justin Herbert will throw for 6,000. He will be the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for 6,000 yards in a season. You got Joe Lombardi. You got Kellen Moore. He's gonna allow this guy to throw the football damn near 40 to 50, 60 times in a game, bro. And you got weapons, bro. Weapons in the wide receiver position. His arm strength, his cannon of arm talent is gonna prevail that, bro, as well. If his receivers is healthy, bro.
They will not win that way. You are in the playoffs.
Hold on, random guy. What you said, random guy?
If he does throw for 6,000 yards, he will be watching the playoffs from home, right next to us.
That's a lie.
That's cap. That's cap. That's a lie. Random guy, you a fucking hater, bro. Hey, you a hater, bro. You a fucking hater, bro. That's a lie. Because he threw. Hold on. Because he threw for like 40, 50 times, and they won games doing that, bro. They won games with practice swap Robinson. Hold on. They won games. Hold on. They won games with. Hold on. Let me ask you something. Did the Chargers had a running game this season? Yes or no?
It was a below average running game.
Okay, they had a below average running game, and they had inadequate.
Mookie, we saw exactly where it led them.
Bro, wait, hold on, Mookie, because we only got 10 minutes. I need y'all MVP predictions. I'm gonna go with Shonen, and we'll just go in order from there. So Shonen, Random, SB, Manny, Zay, Nick, Mookie. So go first, Shonen.
All right, bet. Well, I want to support Patrick Mahomes. I can definitely see it, but I'm gonna go with the person that, if I'm being honest, probably would have won it last year if he stayed healthy, and that's Jalen Hurts. The Eagles are going to win a bunch of games. They're going to be the number one team in the NFC. He's probably going to win MVP.
I like the pick. Random.
I'm the same. I'm it's Jalen Hurts. He should have won it last year if he didn't get hurt, and they're going to be loud this year. I think Loki, they're the best team in football.
I like it.
Yeah, they got it.
I'm gonna go.
SB Mookie is in order. You last.
First
SB.
of all, that Jalen Hurts picks is trash because everybody know the NFC is trash, so winner's not going to even matter. So we gonna clearly, obviously, go with Justin Herbert. He's going to give you their numbers like Mookie just told you about 6,000 yards.
6,000 yards. SB. Hold on. SB. I just want to say something. I'm cool with the Justin Herbert pick, but I just want to ask you a legitimate question.
Okay, I'll be honest.
Because you're falling into Mookie's delusion right now, and it's actually disappointing to see. And I'm gonna tell you why. You think the fact that he says 6,000 yards, and this is why I say y'all gotta use y'all fucking brains a little bit here. To throw for 6,000 yards in the NFL, that means you're gonna have to throw the football 40 to 50 times a game. When I tell you that is not sustainable, it won't be sustainable, bro. And I'm telling you, if you think that is going to make you champion.
You don't have to throw it that many times, though.
I know. What? That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm saying,
you don't have a lot of yards.
How are you going to get to 6,000? How are you going to get to 6,000?
You could throw the ball. You could throw the ball 40 times a game and throw for 400 yards, and that could factor
You're
out.
throwing 400 yards in every game, Mookie. You throw 400 yards.
Yes. Josh, hold on. Hold on. Let me ask you something. Random. Hold on. Let me ask you something. How many times Josh Allen throw the football?
A lot.
He throws it like 40, 50 times a game, right?
In the throwing league, the NFL is based off throwing the ball now.
Absolutely.
So you're telling me for the whole season. So you're telling me every game this year, all 18 games this year, he's throwing for over 330 yards every single game this year.
Yes, that's easy.
That's easy
for him to get 6,000.
That's
He's gonna have to throw the ball more than
I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this part. Now, 333. That means he has to throw for 18 straight games for 333 yards. That's not gonna account for the rain game he's gonna have to play in. It's not gonna account for the game that is not gonna be pretty.
Then he'll make that up with a 400-yard game. He'll make that up with a 395 yards.
I just want you to know, to sit here and say that a quarterback is going to throw for 6,000 yards and pass for 50
very possible.
to throw the ball.
It's very possible in this league. Especially with the added games. With the added games, he can do that.
No, talk to this man. Nobody's even throwing for 5,500.
And Herbert, I trust.
Second best quarterback in the league right now. 6,000 yards, dog. Say 6,000 yards.
Bro,
Justin Herbert won't even play better than Trevor.
All Herbert has to do is throw the football 30, the 40, 38 to 30, 40, 38 to
352 yards a game. To get
hold on. Let me ask you something. Hey, J-Rock, let me ask you something. Hold on, J-Rock, let me ask you something right quick. And I want you to go look this up because you got a computer right. Yep. Look at, because Drew Brees has the most, I think it was Drew, who has the most pass yards in the season? Was it Drew Brees or Peyton Manning?
54-77 in 2013 when they got smoked by the Seahawks. He has one more yard than Drew Brees.
Mahomes.
Okay. All right, so he was one more.
Mahomes had 52. The closest Mahomes had 52. Brady had 53.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all something. How many times Drew Brees threw the football in a game? 2011.
Even Jameis Winston threw for 51,000.
Hold on. How many times Drew Brees threw the football? Hey, Raider guy, how many times Drew Brees threw the football in a game?
Can I get your MVP of the league, Mookie? Before we ask that question, Mookie, who's your MVP of the league? Justin Herbert.
It was close. It was close between Burrow and Herb, but I'm going with Herbert.
I like it. Doug, who's your MVP? Who's your MVP, Doug? Hold on, before you get into it. Who's your MVP, Doug? Who's your MVP, Doug? I want to just get this done before we're about to close
for this season? For this season?
Yep.
Lamar Jackson.
I love it. Manny, who do you got?
Aaron Rodgers.
I love it. Zay, who you got? MVP.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Nick, Tri-State, who you got for your MVP?
I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence. Bad division. They play the NFC South. I see a lot of winnable games. Calvin Ridley coming back looking crispy.
I like the pick. It's definitely a dark horse. I'm gonna take Lamar Jackson though to win MVP. I just think he could account for. I think he could be the first. If we're saying 6,000 throwing yards, I think we could see the first quarterback to throw for 4K.
You got to have games.
Go for 4K and rush for 4K in the season. So
we're
going.
Since we doing all that.
If he rushes,
If we doing all of that.
Doing all that, yeah.
No, but 5,500 in a season is possible. 6K, nah.
That's
it's not enough. It's not enough,
bro. Hey, bro. If you throw the football, Drew Brees threw the football 657 times.
That's in a season. I'm looking right now.
A lot of that. That's like 41 times. That's like 41 times per game.
Yeah. So if Justin Herbert with the hold on, it can be if Justin Herbert with the added game that's going to be able to help. If he can throw the football, Justin Herbert last year threw the football 699 times last year. That's more than Drew Brees.
Bet me 100 on the 6,000.
If Justin Herbert can throw the football 730
bet
times,
100 on 6,000.
I'm telling you, that's 6,000, bro.
It's not happening, Mookie. Drew Brees in 2016.
I think it's
2011. 2011.
I think it's very ignorant. I think it's very ignorant of both of you to think that they're going to pass the ball 50 times a game.
So hold on. So J-Rock, how many times Justin Herbert threw the football last year? It was 699 times.
And what was the result of that?
And how many
they went to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs.
How many
They went to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs.
What happened? And what happened? What happened though? What happened?
How many yards you throw for
They went to the playoffs.
See, the thing is, hold on. But why? But SB, that's what I'm saying. Y'all now
They didn't have a good defense.
SB, stop. SB, you're being emotional about your team. Yes, you are, because I am showing you a fundamental flaw with your team. Y'all choked the 28-0 lead. But what was the biggest reason why y'all choked that lead? Not because y'all could not. Y'all coaching one. Coaching one. Don't say y'all didn't have. Don't say y'all defense couldn't just get it stopped. You're being disingenuous. You're being disingenuous. The biggest reason, one of the biggest flaws on your team, which was a flaw for y'all all year. I'm not denying the fact. I'm not denying the fact that y'all are not a talented team, because the reason why y'all got to the playoffs is majority on the talent y'all have, and much credit to Justin Herbert for the quarterback that he is in this league. But I think both of y'all are so blind about, because y'all are so head over heels in love with this kid's arm, is that the biggest reason why y'all were still a suspect-ass team last year, even with all of Justin Herbert's talent, is because y'all legitimately did not have a reliable running game. And you can say you had Austin Eckler. You had Austin Eckler, but stop acting like you don't know how you used him. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Y'all act oblivious to how he was used in that offense. He was used as an extra. That's my point. But what I'm saying to you is stop looking at the Chargers as a shoo-in. You're saying coaching, and you want them to go into next year doing more of what they were doing last year that did not work. And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
It didn't work because Jalen Barney is an inadequate coach.
Throwing 40 and 50 times a night and not being able to establish a reliable run game has been your Achilles heel. The reason why that lead is because y'all should have been able to run the football more to keep the ball out of Trevor Lawrence's hands, and to give y'all to waste more time off the clock. Y'all legitimately gave them too many possessions. Y'all gave them too many possessions in the second half. And yes, your defense couldn't give you a stop, but they also spotted you 28 points.
J-Rob, can I ask you a question? Watch this.
Trevor Lawrence better than Justin Herbert.
J-Rob, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
How many times did Patrick Mahomes do the ball last year?
You are asking for
Yo, let me.
I bet it was the football game here 660 something times, right? Easy. He didn't have no reliable running game. He didn't have no consistent running game. What? But hold on.
You're lying. You're lying. You are actually stop co-signing that. He's dead lying. They were able to run the football for the Chiefs, bro. They didn't
have a consistent running game.
They ran when it mattered.
They didn't have a year. They ran the ball all year. It was inconsistent. Patrick Mahomes threw the ball.
The problem
Patrick Mahomes threw the football 650 times, bro. 5,200 yards. That resulted in the Super Bowl.
Justin
That
Herbert
resulted in
passed
the
the
Super
ball
Bowl.
41 times last year, and he only averaged around 280 passing yards per
He's
game.
never averaged over
You're
300 yards.
You're
Oh, shit.
expecting Justin Herbert to average over
Yes.
350
Yes,
passing
with a
yards
better
per game.
offensive scheme.
Nowhere.
Yes.
Nowhere.
Yes, with a better offensive scheme that could actually design up plays and more of a creative play caller than that fucking Joe Lombardi. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro.
Thank you, because our play caller was
And you gotta hold on. And you gotta hold on. And Riddell, and Riddell, you gotta understand this shit too. Justin Herbert was missing Mike Williams for like 6-7 games last year.
Thank you.
Keenan Allen missed game as well. So if I have a consistent weapon, that are playing, and Joe Lombardi's scoring things downfield, he can do that,
bro. The amount of pleas y'all cop is sad. I'm telling y'all,
It's
a plea. I want the Chiefs won a Super Bowl starting the most rookies in the NFL. We saw Joe Burrow. I saw Joe Burrow go to the Super Bowl. With the worst O-line in the history of the league, being the most stacked quarterback. Every team is not perfect. I'm not saying that coaching doesn't matter, but every team in the NFL has a flaw. And I'm telling you two that you two are blind, and because Justin Herbert is so perfect, he can't do no wrong. And I'm telling you that there are also fundamental reasons that your team was not good. I said y'all need a running game. And you can say, you can bring up the Chiefs. Hold on. You can bring up the Chiefs. Hold on. You can bring up the Chiefs. You can bring up the Chiefs, but the Chiefs almost rushed for 2,000 yards that season. The Chargers rushed for 1,400 yards that season. There's a clear difference in the rush games. There's clear difference in the rush games for both teams. Y'all don't have a game. Y'all don't have a reliable running game where y'all can play keep away in a game that y'all up 28-0. And that's why that's coaching. That's coaching. But SB, it was the writing was on the. It was coaching. SB, and that's why I'm saying. No, I'm not saying it's not coaching. But what I'm saying too, and this is why I'm saying y'all are disingenuous, is y'all saw that all year and never commented on it until it went south. Until that playoff game where it went south, I didn't hear nothing. Exactly. It's all good. Listen, and that's my point to SB. I'll give you another team for another example. The Bills. The Bills were winning football games, but I also came on Gridiron and would say the Bills still have a suspect rush defense, and they don't have a real run game. It is heavily reliant on Josh Allen. Now, they were able to still win games because they were better than they had a better roster overall, and they had the better quarterback overall. At the end of the day, though, their foundational flaws as a team showed themselves against Miami, because if Tua talk about lower plays, they probably lose that game, and their flaws showed again against the Bengals. And all I'm saying about the Chargers is we knew all year that y'all were not a great rushing the football team. Hold on, let me finish. Let me tie in my point. But because y'all won games. And Jake Moore said that y'all were 20th. Y'all were 20th.
Yeah, the Chiefs was middle in the pack. They was not good.
But it was better than what y'all had. 30th to 20th.
But they was middle in the pack.
20th to 30th. You were dead last. You were dead last.
Okay, so a Chiefs would have
10 spots, 20th to 30th is significantly different, bro.
The Chiefs when we hit the playoffs.
And SB, that's my
average. It's average.
You were literally, but SB, you were the worst of the worst, and that's my point. Y'all been worst of the worst throughout the season. And all I'm saying is you were that all year, but because y'all were winning, y'all glossed over it. And in that game, that 28 game, y'all were 28 and up, that blemish that has been going on even through y'all winning games, it came back to bite you in the ass. And I hope next year y'all don't decide to let's throw this shit 10 and 15 more times a game. Let's hope. No, they probably will. They probably will. But what I'm saying is y'all still need to be able to have a little bit of balance. Y'all have to be able to at least make teams
say this one thing before you
honest in the run game. That's all I'm trying to say to y'all. That's all I've been trying to say to y'all.
J-Rob, two things come out.
SB, they take this shit. This shit.
Hold on, but J-Rob,
hold on. Let me say this because J-Rob got shut down. Two things could be true though, right, J-Rob? That's 100%. Because don't act like our personnel could not do the run game. That's 100% coaching.
Right.
But if you tell Joe Burrow that Jamar Chase and T. Higgins gonna miss up half the season, his numbers gonna look the same. Justin Herbert lost 2 of his best receivers, and his number 1 guy was Jalen Guyton and Gerald Everett, and he still put up crazy numbers. So now you telling me he got another good rookie receiver, and his guys back, he's gonna put up numbers, bro.
He's that good. He's that good though, where he should be able to make the most out of a Jalen Guyton. Mahomes had a by committee wide receiver core this year too. It is what it is. Chat, we got to slide over our time. We love y'all, chat. We'll see y'all later.